Hello there. It is 11:25 Eastern Standard Time. It's 11:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, August 22nd, 2022. Hello there, Jen. Hello there, Lynn Smith and Linda Lou. Let's get everybody up there. Let's get the bubbly going right away. And let me just fix something on my other browser. And over here. How do you all like my cute little selection for the thumbnail, which is the almost the last scene of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and it's got all the Who's of Whoville. Thank you, holy moly! It's got all the look at it, 12 people immediately. Fantastic. Thanks for coming in. It's got all the Who's of Who will. You know, it's like tra-lu, tra-lu, da-do, da. And the Grinch is up there. It came with the books, packages, and tags. They had their community. Christmas is always within our grasp, as long as we have hands to clasp. And so these evil people who are trying to spoil our fun think that, we can't get together and do anything without footage of them. And so far, we've got 15 people here right away proving them wrong. Pew pew, very fast. By the way, you want to see the fastest draw? The fastest draw? You want to see the fastest draw? Do you want to see it again? Always wanted to do that joke. Oh, bring that back. So, just check it on that other browser just a couple times. And immediately, YouTube has already hit my live as being limited monetization. This video is running limited or no ads due to content identified as not suitable for most advertisers. That's funny. All I've done is sit here and open a can of water. That's the way of the world. And 19 here, very quickly. And with, not much notice. So let me tell you what's been going on. Because the actual channel itself and the attacks upon it are the star of the show. And I do have some Amberlynn Reid footage for us to get to. Fresh from today. And, let's get this going. It's the... Oh, boy, I don't have anything to hide behind. Well, I can still hide behind my microphone. Weight loss. It's just like it was before. Yes, holy moly, I barely, there's no natter footage here. Wait till I get to what's happening here. So it's 820 calories for the Kraft dinner. 1 Johnsonville sausage for 200. 2 eggs for 140. 2 cans of Great Value mushrooms from Walmart for 180. And 50 calories for some California mixed vegetables, frozen vegetables. So for $13.90. Come on. $13.90. That's what I'm getting by on today. And 1 meal a day. Hello there, DDH. Just stick to it for a while. It gets easier. Then you eat less calories than what you really want to have. Then you run away from your appetite and go to sleep. Let me take the top off. And there. It's the same thing as before. It doesn't matter. This is part of a successful weight loss journey. Well, I'm ready for you, water. I'm ready for your water this time. do exactly what I said it is. Even a little bit of steam coming off. And the other one. Let's get them both open. And the other one. Da, 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 da. Again, it's not a weight loss challenge or a traditional mukbang. It's just it's just documenting as I hide behind the microphone. Let's just get a little bit of start to this. Right with you. So here's what's been going on. 2 days ago, I got 2 strikes from Nader Alchemy on the channel. Yeah, there's eggs and a sausage in there. It's 1 craft dinner, 1 sausage, 2 eggs, 2 mushrooms, frozen vegetables. That the whole total is $13.90. So that is the protein. Shara Galaran, thanks for coming by. Look at that. Community is restored. Do you like the thumbnail of the Who's from Whoville all getting together? Zachary McGrady says, I just bought a bento box myself after you did your unboxing. I like it. That's cool. Thanks for telling us. That's a fun thing to have. So the thumbnail is all the Who's of Whoville for 24 people here thus far. You'll remember how the Grinch stole Christmas, and he thought that he ruined everything by taking all the things away. And they still got together. That was great, yes. It says, Christmas is always within our grasp as long as we have hands to clasp. And the Grinch is there. It's like, they can't be getting together. They can't be doing this. And they did. And that's what we've done. So I'll let you know what's going on. So about two days ago, I get 2 hits on the channel from Nasher. Oh. Oh, dear. Thank you very much, DDH. I got to leave that up for a while. So 2 days ago, the channel takes 2 hits from Nader Alchemy. And what he hits is Nader Alchemy makes disgusting lamb heart. And I transformed the living daylights out of that. I gave it a thumbnail with lamb chop from Sherry Lewis and lamb chop. That's a great... Oh, look, everybody's digging my analogy. Look, we're all getting together, having fun without Chantel footage. Classic. Oh, Nader's going down. A channel just countered him. He has 10 days to file. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you the whole story. I'm so glad you guys are here because I would have put up that thumbnail of everybody getting together and holding hands. I sit here with 5 people. That'd be embarrassing. And so I'm so glad you're all here. So 2 days ago, this channel takes 2 hits from Nader Alchemy. Now, although a channel can still be taken down quickly, I think YouTube has adjusted it so you can't wipe out the whole channel in one evening or one morning. So he strikes 2 videos, which is Hello Late to the Party. Yes, Chantel Who. Don't need her. So I get 2 hits on the channel from Nader Alchemy makes disgusting lamb heart. And I gave it a lamb chops play along for the thumbnail. I put I put sound effects when he dropped the lamb heart. And I talked over top. I transformed the living daylights out of that thing. And then the other one was he makes moussaka and sings. Same thing. I edited the shit out of it. I gave it a funny thumbnail. And when he was singing, I sang over top of him. Full transformation. Nothing he can really do about it. That's why, we're allowed to make reactions. And the more creative you are, as I am, the more you're protected. You're allowed to do reactions around here. So it's ridiculous to make false claims. DDH, do you remember? And that's Cat to Cat. Super Chat Cat has got you in deck. DDH, I'll remember you, okay? I just got to tell everybody the whole story before I bother Super Chat. So Super Chat Cat's looking at me like, hurry up. Thank you very much, Didi. Well, I might as well put it up. Look at that. We're getting some lovely comments about community. We really don't need them. It's a mind frame that creates a community. That's what they don't get. That's right. That's what they don't get. Welcome, Didi. Look at that. There's Cheryl Galern. Welcoming Didi as a new member. And look, it's all happening here while I'm talking and playing with my craft. Let me just get a couple bites in because it's all going to dry out. Pardon me. Let's call him Nasher from now on. Look at that. Beetlejuicette. That's a cool name. I'm going to eat the rest of my dinner when the Amberlynn Reid footage is running. So he hits those two videos, which have already been transformed. They really can't be claimed as infringing copyright. No damn way. Not by the policies here, not by the law in the United States, and certainly not by the law of Canada, which also has the Copyright Act, which I was reading you guys in the earlier one. So he strikes two videos, which produce one copyright strike on the channel. One. So I think YouTube did that because before you could just strike one, strike another one. I mean, you could claim two different videos and claim a third one, and then you wake up and your channel's gone. So he does two, and it creates one strike on the channel. So, holy moly, I got a new... Look at this. Everybody's let me know what community is all about. Thank you. DDH and Holy Moly, thank you very much to the two of you. You're on deck with Super Chat Cat. I'm going to write your names down on my diet thing. That's DDH. And Holy Moly. Thank you very much. So the two videos that he hits produces one copyright strike on my channel as of yesterday. And so I do the smart thing. I go in there to private everything so it's protected from further hits. And so I get in there and I'm hitting all the videos in this YouTube studio, and I'm hitting private. And then I start to get error messages. It says, sorry, we couldn't save your video. I'm like, am I doing this too fast? Like sometimes you get that from YouTube when you're in the editors. When you bring up a video and you want to type in the title, sometimes you save everything and then it says, sorry, we couldn't save your video. What? And then when you actually go into the editor part where you open up a whole new thing where you can chop off pieces of your own video after it's published, sometimes that takes a long time to load if you got a long video. Sometimes when you go save, it says, sorry, we couldn't save your video. So it happens sometimes. So I'm trying to hit private on everything. And I'm starting to get this error message go, oh, now what do I do? So it's like, you got to act fast. Evil people taking advantage. That's the only thing they got going for them. So you got to act fast. So I say, okay, I'm having a problem with this. Get in there and counterclaim right away. So I did. I put in 2 counterclaims for his 2 strikes against my channel. Pardon me. So then I went back to starting to private everything again. And this is where we're in. It's like a learning process, right? You would have thought just private. Your YouTube content is busted up into 2 things. Videos, as they call them, and lives. So I was privating the videos and I was getting error message. Okay, let me go to my lives. And I start privating them. And then I noticed there's about 50 of them which don't show up in the menu. So I go down to where it says, how many do you want per page? I said, I want the maximum. I want 50. Okay, 50. Well, like when I used to have a fake beard. And when when I first went on camera with the fake beard, that's still here. Yet it wasn't showing up in my studio. So it's like, what am I going to do? It's like, so I figured, look, I already counterclaimed Natter on those 2. Those are the only 2 he can really hit. I think I've done my job. I should go right back in and talk to you guys and let's talk about it and do another reaction with some Foodie Beauty material and with some Amberlynn Reid. So let's get in there because I've counterclaimed him. There's nothing more that he can really do. It's Natter hitting me. So Yeah. I'm just getting your comments here too. So, I'm wondering if it's really him because I always said he got his channel monetized very quickly, and he's been on his channel making fun of people. Other people he's striking, saying, "Oh, don't cry, so bad." And remember the reaction I played you guys yesterday when Chantel was like, "That Natter, he's got to know what he's doing. Um, that's not right because Natter's going to get in trouble." It's like, wait a minute. Do we believe these people? I think it might be Chantel who went into her account settings, changed her name to Nader Elshami, changed her email address. The email address that I got to deal with him, it says something to do with Nader, right? So I think Chantel might have gone into her own account, which holds the Nader channel, which I believe she created for him, changed her name to Nader Elshami, changed the email address, and then started striking. So then you would say to yourselves, wait a minute, why would she do that? Because that endangers her channel. And then it's like, well, wait a minute. She got her goddamn channel returned to her on her birthday. That's a 1 in 365 odds against. And, I was looking at the community standards and it says, too much sexuality, nudity, because that doesn't hit my channel. I was like, well, wait a minute. We all know that she breaks the terms of service all the time and gets away with it. And the most recent thing she did was luring teenagers into her channel, and she live streamed them without their knowledge or consent while she talked about sexual matters that were above their understanding. And then one of those kids exposed himself and her channel came down. Yet at the same time, she came right back with that Beezer Incorporated channel, and it was monetized immediately. Because, like I tell you guys, if you create a channel on an existing monetized account, all you need are your watch hours and your subs, and you're monetized. You don't have to ask for like a code to be mailed to you. So I'm starting to think that, yeah. Thanks for coming in here, my other car. I think he's pretending because Chantel, with the reaction that I played yesterday, she was sitting in bed saying, "Oh, Nader is doing it all wrong. That Nader shouldn't be doing it." And Nader himself, ongoing on his channel, is taking messages from people he's hit and putting them in the thumbnails and saying, "Whoa, you cry so much. Too bad. I send you on vacation because it is my way." None of these things make sense. So you got to ask yourself, Chantel can already break terms of service. She can lure minors onto her channel, talk about dirty stuff with them. One of them exposes himself. She loses a channel and she gets the channel given back on her birthday. I do think she's got somebody on the inside here. I think it's Chantel went in, changed her name from Chantel, the rest of it, to Nader Elshami, got a fake email address, and she's now striking from that account, which holds the Nader account, knowing that her friend on the inside around here is not going to bring any consequences to bear. Because bringing false strikes is supposed to get you in trouble. And I don't think she's going to get in trouble. Like, we're all saying, like, Nader's going to get in trouble for all these false strikes. I don't think it's him. Like, I'm not saying it's her telling him to do it on her orders from his channel. I'm starting to think it's her changing her name temporarily and then going to town because she's already gotten an assurance that doing it from her account while holding his channel, there's going to be no repercussions for her. So what she's doing is costing us all a lot of time and some money just fucking around with this. And she's also going on a fishing expedition. Because if you don't have the channel registered in your own name, you can't stand up and counterclaim. If it's in Joe Schmo or some cartoon character's name because you want to be totally private, well, if somebody push comes to shove, you can't counterclaim because it wants your full legal name. Oh, you guys are totally ahead of me in the chat. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. So if not for the fact, hello there, Bally. So, if not for the fact that Chantel has already been able to do so many serious transgressions against the terms of service, it's one thing if you talk about violence, it's one thing you talk about drugs, yet she lured minors into her dirty channel. And she's already promoting her porno OnlyFans ongoing for like a couple of years now. She lured minors in there and talked sex with them and didn't let them know they were being live streamed into YouTube. So she was actually creating some softcore cheese pizza material. And then one of the silly minors exposed himself. She loses her channel, and then she gets it back on her birthday. And that's in your personal information. So I think it's her having changed her name temporarily, because I still feel that, you know, she created that channel for him, which is why it was monetized so quickly. Just like when Chantel had her channel down, she came back as Beezer Incorporated, and within a week, she had a monetized channel. That's too fast. You can do it if you already have a monetized account and you create another channel on that account. All you need are the watch hours and the subs. And so Chantel, who's a liar, sits there in bed last night. Oh, Natter, he doesn't know. You have to do it the right way. They're always lying. And Natter's over there drawing attention to himself, laughing at the people that he has struck. Oh, too bad. I do what I want. So we think that it's him. And I think this all works because she never should have got her channel back. And she got it given back to her on her birthday. Yeah, the Beezer Show was ban evasion. So now the rest of the system is automated. So I got some good news for you guys. It's still today, meaning it's still August 22nd for another 11 minutes and change. So today I got 2 emails from YouTube saying that they have forwarded my counterclaim to the claimant, and they have 10 to 14 business days to respond. And I also have said, this is how I took everything down. It was a learning experience. So I couldn't find the lives in my studio to just go click, 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 private, 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 private. I said, what am I supposed to do with these things? So I went to my old lives that weren't in my studio so I could just go private, 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 private. I actually went and played them like you would play them. And because it's logged into my account, there was a button that says edit. So I had to hit that. Then I went into the editor. Then I could change it to private. And then it's like, wait a minute, if I can't find them in my studio and I'm about to make them private, I might never be able to find them again. So I copied and pasted the title of every video I did this to. There's about 50 of them. The title and the address, and I double checked it. I brought up the address. I opened up a new window I wasn't logged into, and the videos came up as private. So they're still there. So this process cost me about 3 minutes for each video for about 50 of them. So earlier today, I was on here for like an hour and a half going through the clunky process because these lives were not in my studio. I had to go into them and watch them as you would, only there was an edit button. So that took like an hour and a half. So I took down all the lives. And you know the two times that I've gone live with my fabulous phone that I still haven't gotten to Rogers yet because other stuff keeps happening to me. I've only gone live with this 20 minutes and Rogers is charging me for an overage. However, those 2 lives that I did, I can't make them private. And I was hitting them, and it's like, well, they won't go private. For some crazy reason, it's a mobile phone. They can only be made unlisted. So I got that cleaned up. Like, it took me hours to do this. It was like an hour and a half just to go through the old lives. And then it was time to figure out what to do with my own phone-created lives. And then I got that down, and then I went back to my normal ones, and it was still a drag, you know. it was I got everything down. So there was a couple of obstacles, and I was working on this for hours today. So now the channel, everything is down. Even the Amberlynn Reid stuff. that was still from that time. Yeah. Violence, drugs, the worst thing is anything sexual involving minors. And that's what she did. And while her channel was down, she was allowed to create the Beezer Incorporated, which was very strange, and a ban of Asian. I mean, really, seriously, like she puts on a yellow wig and says that she's a corporation. Does that fool adults? That doesn't even fool a kid. A kid could say that's the same thing. She's wearing fake hair. And that's what she did. She kept her income stream happening while her main channel was down. And she does stuff involving kids and sexual matters, and she's allowed back here. And they gave it back to her on her birthday. Do you remember when she came back? Yes, yes, yes. And there's Pete's. Yes. And she said she was going to be different. No, she's just as bad as before. So, even with me having taken down everything today, because we got 9 minutes left in today, there's a lot of work. Everything's down. Technically speaking, on paper, there's nothing left for him to strike. Oh, yeah. And you know what? He struck me again today. I almost forgot to tell you. That's the most important part. He struck me again today. And that's why I had to make sure I took everything down. He struck, you guys might have remembered the thumbnail. It had Chantal at the townhouse with Nader on top of her, looking like this. And I gave it the title, Nader Moves In. No, I gave it the title, Chantal Has Nader Come Over to the townhouse. And the thumbnail said, Moving In. That was all shot at Chantal's place. It's her footage. And Nader is claiming it. And if you guys go to the community tab, I'll bring it up on my picture viewer here. If you go to the community tab, I give you a screen grab of what I got today, August 22nd. We got 8 minutes left in this day. And it says, the Foodie Beauty has Nader El-Shami come over. Premiered September 19th, 2021. It says content is found during 102.53 to 105.27. And it doesn't say the full title or the content used or what video it came from. It says information available on request. Let me shut my picture viewer down. It says information available on request. I've never seen that before. If that's even possible, right? So Nader claimed a Chantal video as his own that was shot in her townhouse with her computer, and the footage cited tells me information available on request. What the hell is that? It's all computerized. It's all digital. So that's why I took down everything. So here's the other part of what I got to tell you guys. Even though I got 2 strikes, 1 more, and the channel's gone. So I took down everything, and we're just going to talk here and play Amberlynn Reid shit. That's it. We're talking. There's no Chantal song at the start, nothing. So we just talk and play some Amberlynn Reid. I'm going to eat this food while Amberlynn Reid is playing. Even though I've taken down everything just to be super safe. And he's managed to claim a Chantal video as his own, which speaks to me that says it's really Chantal doing all of it. There might be 1 more strike in the pipeline that's already been made on the way, which is going to take another 9 hours to happen. So later on today, you might come to this channel and all you're going to find is the red stripe saying this has been taken down for multiple copyright violations. Maybe, maybe not. Because the strikes take a few hours to manifest themselves after they've been made. So right now, everything is down. That's right. I am dangerous because I not in a violent way. It's just I'm doing a weight loss journey and it's catching on. And I tell the truth about her and I act like a detective, like one of you guys said. The thing is, we're all here smart enough to figure this out for ourselves. Just I'm spending a little bit more time on it than you guys are because I'm invested into this channel. I've had it for more than 2 years. And once we all talk about it, we're all in agreement. All I have to do is share this stuff. And because we're all smart here, it's like, yeah, wait a minute. She's always getting away with everything. And she got it given back to her on her birthday. What? And, well, they're not afraid. She's not afraid to do this stuff over and over again. And anybody else, it'd be like, yeah, you're going to lose your channel. You brought so many false copyright strikes against so many people. Your channel's gone. I don't even think we'll see Natter's channel disappear. It's going to stay. That's my prediction. Because I believe it's Chantel doing it, pretending to be Natter, just by putting putting his name in place of hers, and by giving a fake email address, because you're allowed to change your own personal data, right? And then she makes the strikes. And like I said, it's a fishing expedition. So if there's a channel she doesn't like, it's a fishing expedition. I wonder, she thinks to herself, does FBRC really have this channel registered in his name? And I do. So those two hits this channel took have already been sent to the claimant. So even if you guys see the red stripe later on today, the channel will rise back up, because already those two hits have been successfully counterclaimed. And let me tell you how complicated it is. I had another project a couple of years ago, and some asshole gave me false copyright strikes, and I wrote an epistle to YouTube. I said, well, this is fair use, and this law and the other law, and the law of Canada, the law of the United States, your own policy. I sent them an epistle, and they rejected it. Sorry, we're not. I learned, keep it damn short, because it's being read by a robot. Software. Keep it short. There, I'll bring up my email account and I'll tell you guys what I sent. I'll read it verbatim. So if you're having trouble with this whole thing, let me just bring it up what I sent. Okay, so when you're doing a counter notification, you got to put a check mark against 3 statements that they leave there for you. They want you to check them. And so that part they wrote. Here's what I sent. Dear YouTube, as a YouTube premium customer, I'm reminding them that I'm actually paying extra. I'm a fucking customer around here. Dear YouTube, as a YouTube premium customer, I state, I am sure that I have all the necessary rights to post the content and that it is fair use. My channel is like the many other reaction channels already on YouTube. The material has been transformed and reacted to. That's it. Then, when you check the boxes, they add to it, I swear under penalty of perjury that I have a good faith belief that the material was removed due to a mistake or misidentification of the material to be removed or disabled. I consent to the jurisdiction of the federal district court for the district in which my address is located, or if my address is outside the United States, the judicial district in which YouTube is located, and will accept service of process from the claimant. They add that. That was accepted and forwarded. So when this happened to me like a couple of years ago with another different project, I was quoting law and all this stuff, and it got rejected. They didn't forward it. So what I just read you there is what did work a couple of years ago. So I copied, pasted, and sent it, and they accepted it. So now Chantel, really, probably, has got 10 to 14 days to show proof that they're bringing a copyright infringement lawsuit against me, which they can't do. They can't do it in the United States. They can't do it in Canada. Because you're allowed to criticize and to make fun of around here. You're just allowed. So, to reiterate, if you get the red stripe later today, it says the channel's gone because there might be one more complaint on the way. And when it hits, I've already got 2. One more, channel's gone. Those 2 that were successfully sent to probably Chantel, who hit the channel, she's not going to bring a lawsuit. And if by some mechanism it's Natter, fuck, that guy can't even read and write English. He's not bringing a lawsuit either. So if you see the red stripe, the channel will come back after a few weeks. I think that's a whole story. So that's where we are now. And here's one other thing I want you to note. And I'm going to double check on this stuff. I know it's a lot of talking, and I pay attention to your chat messages. I don't ignore you guys. I had to say all this stuff first. Let me go to Frenchie. There's French Fried Girl. Okay. It says the channel has no videos. She's just taken down everything. Earlier today, she had her videos up. Let me go over to Yaba. Yaba still has everything up. I'm an honest person. Right now, I don't know if Frenchie took everything down just for appearance sake or not. It's just the thing is, if your channel, Yaba has everything up right now. Maybe there's a falling out between Frenchie and Chantel. I don't know. The thing is, if your channel's under attack, you have to take everything down because you're sitting here. Like here comes the first, boom. Oh, and like usually they do it while you're asleep. Boom. There's two. Okay, what could I? And while you're sitting there trying to think of what to do next, you got all your material there as targets. Boom. And then the channel's gone. Well, they should get a strike for false copyright claim. It's just Chantel doesn't get punished for anything. So you can tell that I'm legit because everything's down. And that really hurts you with the algorithm because now the algorithm looks at your channel and sees a desert. And other things like Social Blade look at your channel and says, look, you just lost like 300,000 views. So it's all, malicious damage to a monetized channel, which, well, you think with Chantel, I know exactly where she is. Natter, I don't know where he is. If Chantel would have left her name on this stuff, I would say, okay, I know right where you are for service. I always say I'll be at your door with service of materials. I can have a process server do it. I don't have to actually be there myself. I would just let you know it could be me. So it's just complicated. It's all horseshit. Please answer. Where can we support you? Just go to foodiebeauty.ca. If the channel goes down, go to foodiebeauty.ca, and I'll talk to you there. It's just if you see the red stripe later today or tomorrow, I've already sent the two. YouTube is already accepted. What I just read there, I have a blah, 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 and I know I transformed it and all that stuff. The YouTube system accepted that and sent it off to the claimant. And now they have 10 to 14 days. So that's for 2 strikes. I'm sorry, that's 2 videos that produce 1 copyright strike. He hit me again earlier today for the one that says Foodie Booty had him come over. And it doesn't even say what footage they're relying on. It says, please email us for more information. I've never seen that before. So that's where everything stands right now. And just given the fishy nature of Chantel being able to get away with so much, and like YouTube doesn't have to follow its own policies. It's not the law. Store policy is not the law. I remember here in Canada, we used to have a discount store called Zellers where the lowest price is the law. Well, it's not really. They can match it and then give you a penny more. It's not like somebody's going to get charged for it. Actually, I read a story. They're going to bring Zellers back. They closed the whole chain. They're going to maybe bring it back. Anyway, store policy, business policy is not law. So YouTube doesn't have to follow. No, I don't. I don't have an Instagram. Right now, if Chantel is hiding behind Natter, they're going to tell me go find Natter. I don't know where he is. Chantel, on the other hand, has doxed herself so much it's not even funny. All we see of Natter El-Shami are closed windows in an apartment with Didi. Chantel drives out of the front door of her place. Well, I guess that's the only door, isn't it? And right back again and lets everybody know exactly where she is. So the name on the complaints is Natter El-Shami. I'm starting to feel that it's not really him, especially, I'll just say it one more time. I don't want to bore everybody. With Chantel, we played the footage. She's like, oh, Natter, you're doing it all wrong. And then Natter on his channel is making fun of people he struck. That's to get us to believe that she's telling him he's doing wrong when it's really her doing it by changing her name of her channel. Not the name like Foodie Booty, all that other I mean changing your personal data inside your channel. I mean, my real name is on my real account inside YouTube. My real name isn't FBRC. So Chantel might have gone into her real name in her account and changed Chantel to Natter El-Shami and changed the email address to Natter something or whatever. And then now it's clobbering these channels, knowing that nobody at YouTube is going to punish her for it. And so that's why she sits there and goes, oh, Natter is so stupid, striking all those No, it's you. And Natter is drawing attention to himself. Oh, look, I took your channel down. So we think, oh, that Natter. Really, it's her. Yeah. No, that's the part of it. That's the evil part of it. You see, if somebody brings a false copyright strike against you for reacting to their material, they force you to give them your real name and address. Yet because they're not using your footage for anything, there's nothing that you can counterclaim and say, well, I say you're using my stuff. Okay, well, where is it? It's nowhere. Chantel doesn't take my footage and reacts to it. She doesn't take, any other good channel I can think of. She doesn't take anybody's stuff and reacts to it. So we can't turn around and force her to give us an address. That's why people abuse it, because it allows you to force some guy to make him give you your real name and address. And then they abuse it. They give it to third parties, and the third parties get it. Happened to me before, right? Yeah, it's 100% her. It's more than just her telling him to do it from his channel. It's her doing it within her own channel. I think she changed her name and changed the email address. And you see, it doesn't make sense. Why would you endanger your channel, Chantel? Because you're going to catch hell for doing this, because these are all false strikes. She brought minors live into this platform, talked about sex with them, and one of them exposed himself, and she got away with it. And while her channel was being reviewed, while she was asking to be let come back in here, she started the Beezer Incorporated. Nobody stopped her. And she got her channel given back to her on her birthday. And you remember when she came back? Fuck you! And there's Pete. So there's something rotten in Denmark. And I guess they're allowing her to try a fishing expedition. So she hits my channel, and if my channel's on in my real name, I can't counterclaim. She can hit me after having altered, the name, make it Natter Alchemy, yet I can't. Right now, she's hiding behind Natter's name. And I don't know where Natter is. You see, it doesn't make sense. Because if you do that with a channel, you're going to get in trouble for doing it, because it's all abuse of the copyright system. Yet she gets away with breaking the rules all the time. She never should have been let back in here. And she was let back in here. And while she was waiting to be let back in here, they let her start another monetized channel, The Beezer Show. Remember, she put on the blonde wig? It says, I'm Miss Pondieu. It's a new corporation. Oh my gosh, does that fool an adult? Is it that easy? Like, if somebody else gets their channel yeeted for talking to minors about sex live, and one of them exposes himself, that's all you got to do is put on a wig and come back? Something's fucked up with the relationship of Chantel and YouTube, right? And it's not as easy as her being able to wipe out everybody that's got a channel. It's a fishing expedition. She's pushing to see that the channels that aren't in a real name won't be able to counterclaim. You have to put down your full legal name. And you got to be willing to give up your full legal name and address to somebody who's dishonest. Like, I've been involved in politics for years and years. I knew this doxing was going to come. And it came with another project I was working on. I'm just worried right now about the channel itself, right? Because there's 2 strikes on it right now. I'm waiting for the first 2 hits to be reinstated. So if there's one more strike that's already in the pipeline on my way, even though I've taken down everything, I might get the red stripe later today. So I'm just telling you, the channel will come back, because having those, once one of those 2 videos gets reinstated, that activates the channel again. And you can go to foodiebooty.ca. There's nothing there right now. I would just post messages to you. And, you see, like we come to a place where nothing makes sense. And all we can do is remind ourselves of what she did, and she was allowed to come back here. Like, children should be the one thing that held up on high. Don't mess with kids. Don't mess around by bringing minors into your channel, especially on a dirty channel like Chantel's, especially when it's linked to her dirty OnlyFans account. You know, that's what a minor does. A minor is talking to like a middle-aged woman. And one of those minors exposed himself to her. And so the channel's gone, then the channel's allowed back. And all I'm doing is stating the facts. I'm not sitting here shaking a fist at YouTube and say, you know, you guys can imagine what I'd like to say. It's just, I can't. Because then, you know, the channel's gone. We can't have this community. We can't have a bit of fun making fun of her. Nothing. So I think that, you know, Chantel's channel is not going to disappear because of this. Natter's channel will not disappear either. They're here to stay. I mean, they're going to have to, like, you know, do something totally wild to get their channels yeeted. So with all these false strikes, that's my prediction. His channel ain't going nowhere. Her channel ain't going nowhere. Because there's been too many fishy things happen around here already. And you would say, well, I'm bringing, you know, I think it's the strongest criticism around from me. And for all these communities of fatties, and Yaba used to be like, yeah, oh, we're all just a bunch of fatties. And then she does this. Oh, well, no, well, not. Whoops. That was a little bit too much force. I was going to do, Yaba did this, right? Hang on. Now I lost my train of thought. Let me get some of my bubbly. Dang it. I thought the whole camera's going to fall down and get broke. Where was I? Well, if I just start talking about the same old stuff, it'll probably come back to me. So, yeah, Chantel did pretty much the worst thing you can do around here, which involving kids and talking dirty. And yeah, that's what I was going to say. So that's what a minor does, because a minor doesn't know. A minor's talking to a middle-aged weirdo, Chantel, and does something silly because he doesn't know that she's live streaming him into this platform, and she could just come right back here. So that's where I was. With all these strikes being bullshit, because I transform everything, they're all horseshit. Natter's channel is going to be there. Chantel's going to. That's how I say they're going to have to do something totally wild to get yeeted. They're both going to stay. Yet, even with me bringing, that's where I was bringing to bear this strong criticism. You know, aside from the strikes, which, you know, I've already put in the 2 counterclaims, and when the 2 counterclaims reach whoever's struck me, which I think it's Chantel, or if it was Natter, which I don't think it is, either one of those jackasses, they're not filing a claim because there's no claim to bring. We're allowed to make fun of stuff here. So even if you see the red stripe later today or tomorrow, the channel will come back. You can go to foodiebooty.ca and I'll post messages there. It's just it's a bit of a fishing expedition. So this is registered my real name. Big deal. So, you know, they get to know my real name. That's happened to me before. Well, there's one thing. You see, Chantel doesn't control the automated portions of this platform, which allows for sniping. I don't know why, they just do. So she is genuinely pissed off that the snipers are eating away at her audience and hurting her money. That she doesn't have control of. And the automated part of this system, with which I've sent my 2 counterclaims, like I said, if the red stripe shows up, because there's 2 strikes on me now, one more, it might still be in the pipeline. The channel's gone, yet it will come back because, sorry to repeat myself, it's just so complicated. whatever turkey made these strikes, probably Chantel, they're not going to bring a claim. And then they don't bring a claim within 10 to 14 days. Those videos get turned back on and boop, the channel comes back. So that's where everything stands right now. This thing could disappear later today or tomorrow. And for the time being, I'm just going to get together with y'all. We're going to keep on doing the weight loss, and I'm going to react to fresh Amberlynn stuff that she publishes after this stuff happened, just to be super safe. And so Amberlynn did something yesterday now, because now we're past midnight. We're into the 23rd. She put something up for the 22nd. So I'm going to run that. And well, actually, I've been doing all the talking, and I've been missing out on your comments here. Ooh, let me just take a breather. Hang on. Let me mute this thing. Let me get a bit of food. I got 39 people here, and we're talking about an access to community here on this platform where we're not doing anything wrong. I didn't do no illegal fucking shrooms on camera like Chantel did. None of us, lured minors into a live stream, talked about dirty things. We didn't do anything fucking wrong. Yet we're the ones that have to worry. Let me just mute it for a second and eat a bit of food. Hang on. Okay. Need to make her obsolete. I agree, Tizzy. They're disgusting. Stick my own neck out. I'm not afraid at all. I'm really not. I don't really want to say this, however, I have quite a bit of real power in my own life. Let's rock this boat. Okay. Is that what you want me to grab, or I keep going? It's a great comment, though. I like it. She did. Holy moly. She did stay online after that incident with that kid. Even changed to be more provocative. Tizzy Dawn about, don't react to them anymore. It's more than just you don't like it, don't watch. Chantel is damaging the credibility of all women, and she's also stealing the suffering of people who have affective disorders and other medical challenges by making them her own. If she would just sit there and burp and fart, I would just make fun of her, and that would be the end of it. Was that what you want me to grab? Is that did I get it? Is that the one? But sticking your neck out? Is that the one? Yes, thank you, Cheryl. And you guys know I don't ignore any of your comments. It's just I had to talk all that stuff off the top of my head. I was practicing it for hours beforehand. Then that's the whole story. If you go to foodiebeauty.ca and you go to the contact form, you can put in a fake email address, fake everything, fake name, and you can send me anything you want through that foodiebeauty.ca. Let me just check to make sure it's still up before I send you to it. Because Kayla Carrion sent me something through there and it didn't work. And I had to go in there and fix it. Let me get Foodie Beauty. .ca. Is it still there? I mean, what? I shouldn't say that. Yeah, it's actually Cheryl. I did a screen grab of you and your comment saying she's a small channel. What's YouTube's deal with them? Yeah, in the contact form, real or fake name, email, main one, or a sock dummy account, and then you can put a comment in there. Yeah. So foodiebeauty.ca, all one word, lowercase. Okay. And it's funny too, just at the time, just as the time I start to do something really positive, which is that's something else that I got so much to talk about. But it used to be funny with Yaba, and then she went off camera, probably as fat as a house now. It's like, there's a point, right? There's a point at which Chantel stops being shit show. And wait a minute, I gotta get super chats everywhere. Hang on. There's a point at which Chantel stops being shit show and train wreck, and it's just evil, hurting women's interests, and it should be spoken against. And with Yaba, it's like, yeah, we're all fatties. We're all fatties, and you're talking about somebody fat. You're talking about the Slayton sisters. I've gone from 341 pounds to 321. I'm going to do weigh-in Wednesday. That's doing something positive. And now my channel's under attack. There's my weight loss journey. It's all hidden now. After all the trouble I did to prove it, now it's all hidden. So, DDH, wait a minute. I'm going to bring Super Chat up here. Okay, I'm going to get Devil's Reject, and then Super Chat's going to sing a DDH, and Holy Moly, and then you. Get up there, Super Chat. Super Chat's looking at me with a mixture of anger and fear. It's like, no, Super, we're going to have fun. I had that, look, I haven't even eaten half of this stuff. Then we're going to play Amberlyn Reed. Yes. It'll be cool. Once you start, look, the whole thing, we got 36 people here on short notice, right? And we still don't have any footage to react to playing just yet. And like, what kind of a title I gave it? I gave it Community, right? There's no Foodie Beauty in the title. Not that I'm afraid to do it. It's just, this is about, okay, Super Chat says he's up. He's up. He's coming. Super Chat's on. See, is it like what I say? The animals make more sense than people. Super Chat was just shaking his head at me. He says, the human race. Well, we're not the bad ones. It's those other human things that are doing bad. All right, stop talking about it. Super Chat K. Super Chat K. Thanks for blessing us, Devil's Reject. We hope to bless you back. Super Chat K. Super Chat K. Super Chat. Okay. British pounds. I love it. We get support from all over the world. Yeah, that looks good for the algorithm. What's that? It's British pounds. Thanks very much. As long as I'm standing up here, DDH. Yeah, your comment, your Super Chat way in the back. Doesn't matter. I'm still going to sing to you. It's Super Chat Kate. It's Super Chat Kate. Thanks for blessing us, DDH. We hope to bless you back. It's Super Chat Kate. Super Chat Kate. Super Chat. Okay. I think you became a new member. Well, thanks for becoming a new member. And Holy Moly, too. That's right. It's coming back to me now. It's all about community. Okay, look at that. We got 31 people. Folks are leaving. Damn it. We got footage coming, okay? There's going to be reaction. We're going to have a good time. Super Chat Kate. Super Chat Kate. Thanks for blessing us. Holy moly, we hope to bless you back. Super Chat Kate. Super Chat Kate. Super Chat Kate. Holy cow, it's three in a row. It's like I'm doing an opera here. And by the way, you new channel members, you can use all the custom emojis, including me, Super Chat Cat. Thanks to all three of you. Now I'm going to take a little break, and then the fat dummy behind me is going to roll the comments down and go over to Cheryl. Then I'm going to come back. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Super Chat Cat, and thank you, Devil's Reject, DDH, and Holy Moly. And then after we get to this, and we're very glad to get to it, then we're going to get some Amberlynn Reid stuff in here. And I'm going to eat because we're still going to have that weight loss journey. That's right. We're not going to let these bastards get in the way of that. Even if the channel goes down later today or tomorrow with the red stripe across the screen, in a few weeks, it'll be back. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Now, Super Chat, if you get up here a little bit more slowly, get up. That's it. You're right about here, slow. Let the camera get you. Come on. Really? Nobody else has got a thing about this camera except for you. Sorry, Super Chat. I thought you liked it. Yeah, I like it. It's just that, oh, there it is. There it is. Whoa. That's worth waiting for. It's Super JK. It's Super JK. Thanks for blessing us, Cheryl. We hope to bless you back. It's Super JK. It's Super JK. Super JK. Thanks for coming by, Cheryl, and being part of the community that they're trying to break up. And, well, you know, even if the channel goes down, we'll still come back in a few weeks. And, yeah. Well, I just want to get you some funny footage happening here. You know, we got to change the vibe. Sure, we're fighting some evil around here. You know, we still got to get the vibe into with some comedy. And, you know, if that fat dummy behind me doesn't eat, I'm afraid he's going to start looking at me. Come on, Super Chat. I wouldn't be eating I wouldn't be eating you. I was just kidding. All right. Thanks very much. Thanks. 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 Thank you, Super Chat Cat. And as I adjust the camera here, thank you, Cheryl Galerin, as well. Let's just move down here in the chat a little bit. No, I don't have an Instagram channel. And, of course, you can contact me through foodiebeauty.ca as I try to adjust the camera again. Come on. Well, as I'm waiting, there it goes. There it goes. Well, this was entitled Weight Loss and Something Else. Let me just open up a player here if I get the name of this. This was Amberlynn Reid, Weight Gain, Losing Mobility, and Relationship Update, Part 1. Great. So we can follow around. It's just like a little movie serial with Amberlynn Reid. Let's get Part 1. We're not going to miss anything, and that's we're just going to have some fresh Amberlynn Reid material that's been grabbed and harvested, and we're going to play with it. Starting now, after all these strikes started happening, not going anywhere. Thanks very much. We are fighting evil, getting the way these people that don't want other folks to have a say, and don't want them to stand up and say, "What are you doing with all that lying about serious things?" Just well, anyway, I probably said, I got to hold on to the 32 people we have. That's where the heck did this go? Here it is. There we go. You know, Amberlynn Reid is a great big disappointment. She's a phenomenal troller. Yet at least she doesn't do this Chantel style stuff. Dang. And at least whoever the heck she's living with, it ain't nothing like Pete's, and she ain't nothing like working with somebody like Natter. So I guess this is a lesser of the two evils. By far. Okay, let's just get this footage going, and I can start eating something too at the same time. Let's have a bit of fun now. We've dealt with all the serious stuff. Doesn't mean we can't keep talking about serious stuff. Well, you know what? I just got to stop talking about stop and talk. You remember? Yeah. We all remember one of the Warner Brothers cartoons, and somebody had to tell Foghorn Leghorn, shutting up, and then he hit him. So before somebody hits me.
Hey guys, so welcome to a new video. I figured we could do like a Q&A. We have a Twinkie Storzy. So we could do a Q&A type style. I don't like sitting like this for long. I prefer to have my leg propped up with comfort, because this,
Does she sound like she's in a lot of pain? She sounds nice and comfortable right now, you know, and she's coherent enough to talk to the camera and pull this story along. You know, if she was really all messed up, it'd be, hey guys, uh, sorry, it's hard to carry a thought. Yeah, she's plenty bad on her own. Yet Chantel is just like another. You know, let me bring it down to this. Like Chantel ain't even human, as far as I'm concerned. Less than an animal, and Amberlyn Reed is just an asshole.
hurts. So yeah, so there might be like a part 1 part 2 situation. I don't want to like be overbearing, but this is it for now. Like I might do some like what I eat today videos and things like that. I'm just hoping that the vlogs can come back soon. It's officially been 6 days since I tore ligaments in my ankle. So it actually happened on Tuesday of last week at 10:40 p.m. And the reason why I know this is because as soon as it happened, I texted my girlfriend and I said, I think I broke my ankle, because that's what I actually thought happened. Thankfully, it didn't happen, although this feels a lot worse than when I did break my ankle when I was younger. But
Yeah, she said when she was 7. Holy shit, she's in her 30s. Damn. She should be worrying about like a full organ failure on the inside due to her weight, and she's worried about ligaments in her ankle.
yeah, tomorrow will be a week. It takes weeks to heal, which is unfortunate. But yeah, now let's get into the Q&A. So people are asking, what are my plans on keeping on track with like the weight loss while I am healing? So it's been a struggle, I'm not gonna lie. During this time, I have had the most anxiety I've had in a long time, because it's a mind game, because mentally I'm just like, damn, this is completely.
It's a performance. I've got the most anxiety I've had for some time. That's why I'm on camera again. People that have anxiety problems, they don't go on camera. And it's like a mind game, too. It's such that I have to perform for you. That's how I have to get out of here.
Backtracking everything that I've been working so hard for. And I am full of anxiety, just riddled with anxiety. I have had breakdowns. I have been bored.
Oh, come on. She had a smile on her face when she was saying, I've got anxiety. Pardon me. You had breakdowns? Then why do you sound so confident right now? You should be in bed. You should be taking it easy. You should be confronting the platform with new material. Shit, you got 60,000 views in like one day telling everybody you hurt yourself. So you're right back in there for, you know, for money. Like, get out of here with all this stuff. You're having breakdowns.
I have felt like, wow, what's the point? I have my food addiction, my binge eating just has been super prominent. Today is actually my Ozempic injection that I'm gonna do after this clip, or after this video.
Food addiction, you're binging. Get out of here. I'm fat too, 341 pounds. And then all it takes is a little bit of fucking willpower. And I've lost 20 pounds in about 24 days. What, like you can't do that?
Still on 0.50, so we're gonna do that and see if that helps. But I don't know, like in the last few days, like I've just been so hungry. Like it has been.
Fill up on vegetables. The Kraft dinner is yummy. The sausage is yummy. The mushrooms taste good. They're water for the most part. And then I put the mixed vegetables in there. The California mix, which is broccoli, which I don't like, cauliflower, which I like even less, and carrots, which I can do without. It's all in there. Here. It's all here. There's the broccoli. I'm gonna make sure the broccoli's there. There's a broccoli. There's mushrooms everywhere. Look, there's carrots that I can't stand. carrots. You know, just fill up on the crunchy water. Put it in to something that tastes good. Holy shit. It's not that difficult. Sit there like wrapped up in yourself. Sure, Jan. Damn right.
Like emotionally, it has been physically, it's been hard.
It's
Obviously,
always.
I don't really have an answer for this because right now I'm just kind of
every
struggling.
time you're on camera, you present this. Guys, it's been hard. I'm in a bad place here. Yeah, 8 years of this. 8 fucking years of this out of you. And there you are in the middle of it again. Oh, guys. Oh, it's been hard. I'm in a bad place here.
I feel hardcore guilty about it. I haven't weighed myself because I physically can't even step on the scale because my scale is pretty platformed. And it kind of wibble wobbles, so I do not trust myself to step on that currently, plus I know it'll hurt. Someone asked, have you thought about doing water aerobics for exercise? See, if I had my own personal pool, let's do it, queen, because I love swimming. I love everything about being in the water, but unfortunately I don't do public pools because they gross me out. Anyone and everyone can tell me, well, chlorine kills the pee, chlorine kills the germs. I don't care. Something about...
Don't you have a backyard? Can't you buy like a 10-cent, above ground pool and do that in the backyard? It's not like you have to go to the YMCA or to the spa or something and you don't want to go there because there's like 15 other people there. She's always looking for an excuse why it can't be done.
Swimming, which with a bunch of people, like in a pool together, is just like a people soup, and it really just like creeps me out. Someone asked, do you think it's normal to compare spraining an ankle and temporarily losing mobility to mourning the loss of a person? So I was like confused with this question because I didn't really know what they were talking about, but I did say, I think on Instagram, where it just feels like I'm in a mourning stage, and clearly this person doesn't realize that mourning can mean more than just like mourning someone's death. And thankfully someone left a comment underneath this that kind of explains it perfectly. Mourning doesn't have to mean that. I've heard people say they mourn the life they could have had, they mourn their marriage after a divorce. To mourn means there's a loss somewhere, and Amber is scared that she's losing her mobility, hence the mourning. You're making it sound like
she makes me sick. I don't want to further dox myself. It's just that there was a politician from my area, young, good-looking guy. He looked like a Kennedy. He was in a motorcycle accident, lost the use of his legs. He just kept right on going, and he built up arms like Hulk Hogan. Got married, had a kid, ran for office. Like, that's somebody that's worried about the mobility. Like, for fuck's sakes, you rolled an ankle, and because you're so goddamn fat, you can't get up without pain. You lost your mobility? Shut the fuck up. People who really have lost portions of their mobility don't complain as much as you do. God damn it.
She's comparing it to a death of a loved one, which isn't true. So I want to say thank you so much, Kia Jones, for that comment, because you explained it better than I probably could have in this moment. I wasn't comparing it to the death of a loved one at all. I'm just saying I feel like I'm mourning the mobility that I have worked so freaking hard for, and now it's just like it's backtracking. I do use like a little cane moment. So it says the capacity of this is 300 pounds, but I've been using this for...
She is guaranteed a full recovery. You tore some ligaments in your ankle. It's all going to disappear. It's all going to go away. Somebody else, it's in a catastrophic car accident. It's like, well, we're seeing that you're making some progress. We're hopeful. We got a lot of work. We got a long way to go. And she's like an adult in her 30s saying she's mourning the loss of her mobility. Oh, I had a cane moment too. God damn it.
Like 5 days now. Okay, maybe not 5 days. How long has it been? Like 4? I think it's been 4 days. It's fine. It's dandy. I'm not putting all my weight on it. It's just like helping as like something that's there. and it just feels really good because like I can't like walk without having just like a little bit of support. Like people with crutches, they would do the same thing. So that's just like, it's helped a lot, honestly. Someone asked, what would you say are some of your struggles as an adult as a direct result of your traumatic childhood? Definitely my issues with food, my memory problems, 100%. Like I used to think like I was just this like dumb little duckling, you know, in this world, but no, traumatic things that happen to you as a child really messes with your brain as an adult. Obviously, like the brain chemistry and like a lot of random things happen from that.
She's disgusting on a different level, right? And evil on a different level. You know, it's not like she's assembled a team to do shit like Chantel does it. Amberlynn is a piece of shit all on her own.
And memory for me is a big one. So
like that's her career. She had a bit of a difficult childhood here and there, and that's it. That's her career. Well, the childhood was a little bit rough, and that's my career. Blaming it for everything. Everything that goes wrong. Well, I had bad childhood.
I find myself being told that I'm lying a lot or contradicting myself a lot, which is a super struggle because it's like, that's not what I'm trying to do here. It's just like memory relapses, me not being able to trust people, like massive paranoia. Like I'm a very paranoid person. I know like me being bipolar.
You're a very paranoid person and you live on the internet. Are you fucking kidding me?
Me being bipolar also is kind of like it runs in the family, honestly, but you know, like
knock it off with that bipolar. You're not suffering from depression and you're not suffering from mania either. Knock it off with this bipolar. Fuck off. You don't have it.
Depression. I just feel like a lot of my bad things about myself or things about myself that I want to change, those are definitely from my traumatic childhood, for sure.
Oh, fuck off. You will never change. You managed to fall ass backwards into this horseshit just like Chantel. It's like, wow, as long as I'm an enormous freak, I get lots of money and I don't have any plans or dreams to accomplish anything else. That's what makes these things so really disgusting. They just love where they are. They don't want anything more.
Sure. And it just like kind of breaks my heart when people are like super cruel when it comes to these things, because it's like, okay, yeah, you're being cruel to me as a 30-year-old woman, but it's like you're also being cruel to that 7-year-old girl who had to witness the things that she did. I didn't.
None of us are being cruel to any children, you stupid cow. And you're being cruel to people that have real challenges, okay? Because you're on there to make money by being a freak. So at least be honest. Say, you know, I'm comfortable being huge, honestly, and telling you that I'm going to make changes gets you interested in what I do. And then I come up with some excuse that I never really do it. And I'm really amazed that I can get away with it. My channel stays the same. If I make promises, you know I'm going to break them. And like, I can't explain to you guys the feeling of getting so much money from getting about 60,000 views per every month. I pinch myself. I say, when's somebody going to put their hand on my shoulder and say, Amberlynn, no, you had enough of this. It's wrong. And nobody comes to do that. And I know I seem full of myself and confident that the money keeps coming. I guess you have to be, because if you take it for granted, you can be comfortable with it. And if I don't take it for granted and I worry about it, it sort of affects my performances. So anyway, let me get back to making excuses, guys.
Choose my childhood at all. Unfortunately, I didn't choose the brain chemistry that was created because of it. All I can do is work on the now and the things that I can change. And unfortunately, brain chemistry is hard to change. I'm taking medicine, going to therapy, and things like that. And
I like the way she says with a smile on her face, like she's a scientist and she's telling you, unfortunately, brain chemistry is hard to change. I am taking medicine. I'm taking therapy. You know, the antidepressants they don't even know exactly why they work. They just do. You know, they have theories on it. All they know is that they throw selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors at that part of the human anatomy. Most people improve. Now we're going to get a lecture from this thing.
I'm just like, I'm working on it, but it's hard. It's not something that you can just change.
Hear her say, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. You're happy. You don't hear that sing-song voice coming out of people who are really depressed or trying to fight off an episode of mania. You're so full of shit.
Sometimes it takes literally years, decades.
Yes,
but I'm
this fucking stuff from her and Chantel makes a mockery of people who really suffer with it. Of somebody who's going to lose their job because they're in a fog all the time, because it's real clinical depression. They just, I can't see the numbers. I can't, it's like, I'm second guessing myself. I have no energy. I can't sleep at night. I got no appetite. I got no energy. I got this low mood. Well, you understand, Peterson. It's like, we feel for you. It's just, you don't have to tell me I'm not doing my job properly. You don't have to tell me I can't keep up with the job. Those are the people who are suffering, not you. And you make a mockery of all of it. Fuck. And there's so much more to complain about than just, what, somebody like Yabba would talk about. It's just like, when's Becky going to say this about you? And oh, you're so fat. And it's like, no, you make a mockery of people who do suffer things. That's what makes your channel fucking profane.
I'm trying to figure it out for sure. How have you been managing your sleep schedule while recovering from your ankle injury? Sleep and healing are very connected. Make sure to get lots of rest if you can. Honestly, my sleeping, I go
imaginary therapy. Her and Chantal together, they always raise a therapist every now and then. So they to be so dramatic. It's like, oh, I'm seeing a therapist. Oh. If somebody's trying to come off heroin or something like that, it's like, yeah, I'm seeing a therapist. He's holding me together. He gave me his number. He says, if you really need to, phone me anytime. It can be 3 o'clock in the morning. You can phone 5 o'clock. I'll take your call. Those are the people who are reaching out for help, not you just pretending because it sounds dramatic. I'm doing this and doing that. And then we never hear anything. Then you bring it back. It's all horse shit. You roll away from the camera and you laugh your head off.
Go to bed later now because I know from experience that if I stay in bed all day long and then it's time to go to bed, my brain doesn't adapt. It's like, okay, you've been here all day. What do you mean? This is your bed. I'm like, girl, it's my bed. I want to sleep. So me being in bed for, all day long, my brain, when it is time to sleep, because I've always had problems with sleeping. I have insomnia ever since I was a very little girl. That's something else from my childhood. I'm kind of afraid to sleep at night. It's very psychological. It's frustrating. And I know it's from trauma and things that I experienced at the nighttime as a younger person. Yeah.
It's all made up, bitch. It's all made up. If you've got issues, work on them. There have been people who have been through tons more hell than what you're making up. And they just walked right through it. Or they've done the work to recover from it. You've got all the opportunity in the fucking world, all the free time and all the free money. And you won't do anything, yet you want all the sympathy and respect as if you were doing something. Damn. And I didn't even watch this before. It's just, if you know what to look for, this content from these things is horrible.
Yeah, I noticed that I'm able to fall asleep quicker, if you will, on normal days when I'm up doing my life, doing my daily life, and then I physically go into my bed to go to sleep. My brain is able to process, okay, well, this is where you sleep. But currently it's like, okay, this is where you are all the time.
Oh, I'm just a minute behind. So have a good night, holy moly. Thanks for becoming a channel member. Thank you.
So yeah, I just noticed my sleeping's a little bit worse. I go to bed later, I wake up later, and I kind of low-key hate it. I still am trying to take melatonin, which...
Yeah, can you imagine that conversation? Amber, you need to get the eating under control. I mean, I because the therapist isn't going to get all the gaslighting right. They'll just get her normal personality. It's like, you seem like such a wonderful young woman. You've got to get the eating under control. Well, seriously, it's like, if I'm this big, people are looking at me, and they look at me a lot. And in the middle of the month, I get like this check for like $14,000, which I like better than studying to be an architect. Is there anything else? I mean, you like the Lego. Would you like to maybe open up a boutique toy store or something like that? Well, to be honestly, I like doing the Legos, and then I just like to eat something and lie down. Well, I appreciate you being honest with me, Chantel, Amber. That's not really too sustainable. Well, it's just for now. I'll just stay big because it gives an income. It's a lot of money that I don't really have to do anything for. Well, how long has been just for now? You've had the channel for more than 8 years? Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see you next Thursday.
Sometimes doesn't work or as good as I'd like it to. So my sleeping has kind of been a mess. I'm sure you guys can tell because I'm up like constantly on Instagram answering questions. Oh, and BT dubs. I'm doing a book read along. I don't really know if I should call it a book club. Hold on, let me adjust. My ankle's hurting. On Instagram, I'm doing a book read along moment. It's hard to call it a book club. It's not going to be like conducted like one currently, but we are reading The Cellar by, oh my god, I forgot what it's called. I will put a photo here, but this is what we're reading. There is trigger warnings for it, so definitely look those up. But we are, as a community, going to start reading this book on the 24th, so I'm going to try to have this video up before then so you guys know and you can read along. So on Instagram, I'm gonna set like goals, like be at this page by said date. So then as a community, I can ask you guys questions about it and we can kind of like discuss it through.
I got a goal. The first weigh-in Wednesday, I'm gonna hit 320 or 321 because I started at 341. That's a goal. That's a goal. Huh? Why don't you try something like that? You're gonna read along a fucking book.
My story on Instagram, it's more so like a read along, let's discuss it type of deal. So yeah, you guys should definitely join and do that. Has this injury given you more motivation to lose the weight? It has made me realize more than anything,
no one cares
that people my size, like, you're screwed if something like this happens.
Hello, Shavalita. Here's somebody else we know fighting off COVID. That's something to tell a story about. And we're right in the middle of Amberlyn Reed here, Shavalita. Thanks for coming by.
Because they don't have casts that are going to fit someone with my type of lymphedema. You know, you don't have the body strength to use crutches. This has completely made, it's kind of, in a way, it feels like a version of what could be said as a rock bottom. I'm just finding
that's another thing with both of these channels, Chantel and Amberlyn, the specter of rock bottom. It's like there's never a turning point with these pieces of crap.
That my rational side, which is Amberlyn, you have reached a point where it's like, okay, if cancer wasn't it, is this it? Like, are you gonna lose?
The real crocheter had a struggle with cancer, and he was telling his story, and he was so disappointed that, you know, these things like, such as Amberlyn and Chantel, you know, have got money and young years, and they do this. They just stay enormous and invent shit for you. Why, you know, when somebody put a hand on the shoulder and say, you know, this is just, none of this is advertiser friendly. What automobile corporation wants their ads running on top of this stuff? What kind of person that really takes this stuff seriously is going to buy a new car?
The weight quicker now. Like, I've lost 100 pounds in a year, so we need to like celebrate that, but I just feel like we're kind of not. We're kind of skipping over
Thanks for coming back again, my other car.
the fact that I have lost a large chunk of weight. I have lost 1/4 of what my goal is to lose, and that's 25%. I feel like that's a lot of weight, like in a year especially. Okay, so there's my rational side versus my mentally ill side.
That's both sides, all sides. That's 6 sides from Sunday. You're in love with yourself. You can't stop talking about yourself. And as long as you got like a mountain of cash coming in every month, you will worship that place that you're in where you get all that free money for doing nothing. Just keep the weight on and invent stories to go along with it.
If you will, my eating disorder side, where it's just like all I can think about is food. I just want food because I'm bored and I'm sad and I need something to make me feel better. So it's like I have these two sides that are currently fighting just back and forth with each other, and sometimes this side wins and sometimes this side wins. It kind of feels like the angel and the devil on your shoulder type deal, and I hate it. But this has made me realize more than
Here's somebody in our community. Our community just achieved something here. Bought a house and everything got approved today. And your mom's over there helping because you're fighting off illness. Now that's a good story. That's a good positive story. Nice positive story like that has got no place on the wildebeest of this Amberlynn Reid thing. Holy cow, we got 50 in here. We're doing all right. We got 50 in here. We're doing all right. And then my little thumbnail is the Who's from Whoville. And they got together and they made Christmas happen just the same without presents and tags and all the rest of that stuff. The Grinch couldn't stop it. Grinch couldn't stop it.
ever, honestly. Like, girl, like, oh, is Twinkie having a nightmare? Hold on.
Oh, look, this is a crisis in her life. The dog is farting. Twinkie, are you having a nightmare? Sorry, guys, I've got a crisis here. I'd rather watch a flea giving birth than listen to Alan Reid or that other turd come in to give you a view and going to watch some ghost videos. Thanks, Teresa.
Baby.
Yeah,
Baby.
what celebration and what achievement is there in getting rid of 50 pounds and bringing it back? Getting rid of it and bringing it back. All you got to do is watch her very first video. And she's like whispering, "Oh, hi, I'm really shy. And, I'm going to do this channel. It's going to be weight loss journey." And then it's like 8 years later and she's enormous. And yet somehow she's always losing weight. Then it comes back and then she's losing weight. It's like somebody comes to your door and says, "I'm going to save you a lot of money. Yeah, you'll be in the black. Just sign up for this. We'll save you so." If you say yes to everybody that comes to your front door trying to save you money, you're going to save so much money, you'll be broke. And she's like, having so much success and so much weight loss that she still manages to be well over 400 pounds. Like, there's nothing happening. There's nothing happening.
Sometimes she'll like do these little like in her sleep. It makes me feel like she's having a nightmare or something. I don't like it. It makes me sad. I totally forgot what I was talking about. What I'm trying to say is this is making me want to lose weight.
Yeah, she's a bigger victim than ever, whether she staged it or not. Let's give her the benefit of doubt. She rolled her ankle. Okay, so it hurts a little bit. Everything that she's talking about, losing her mobility is that's just, you want an adult to show up and say, "Okay, that's enough. Stop saying that you've lost your mobility. Stop comparing yourselves to the people who really are. No, I want to tell more. No, that's okay, Amberlynn. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. No, I want to tell people that I'm in crisis. Nope, go play with your Legos. There you go." We're all asking, we're all wondering, and we know that you're getting better. Well, you're still serious if your mom's coming by to help. So we're still wanting to hear how you're doing there. And of course, congrats on your home and everything getting approved today.
Wait more than ever, because if something like this ever happens again, I want to be able to help myself a little bit more, because right now I just feel like I kind of can't. Like, I'm doing the best that I can, honestly, but sometimes
listen to her talk. I kind of can't. I'm doing the best I can. I can't. I'm doing the best that I can, and I can't.
sometimes the best that you can isn't always the best that you need. Does that make sense? Someone said, how does it feel to know the honeymoon is over and to realize what a grave mistake you made dragging a stranger into your home? I don't understand what that means. I'm so confused. Are you saying that my girlfriend and I aren't in the honeymoon phase anymore? Because we are. It's so strange to me, because I've never had like such beautiful love like this before. Like the chemistry.
Hello there, Colleen with a K. Thanks for coming by.
Just like the connection, like emotionally and physically and mentally.
Isn't this a trip? The name of this channel is Foodie Booty Reaction Channel. All of my videos are down as private. And we got nothing to do with Chantel. And we got a really good turnout this evening. 51 folks. How do you like that? That's cool. Thanks for coming by, everybody.
Like, this is gonna be very, very weird, but I think if you know, you know. It's one of those things. So I'm about to explain it, and if you don't know, then you're gonna think that I'm freaking psychotic, but if you know, you know type thing. So when I'm on TikTok, right, I was on lesbian TikTok for like a freaking hot minute there, because like, hi, lesbian. And so these girls would always like, you know.
Well, you remembered the quote from your father. You shared it here, and I'm going to speak your quote aloud. Cheryl Galaran say, my father, God rest his soul, told me two things when I was younger. Work hard or marry a rich man. I'll give you a clue. Never married rich, LOL. Today I have a very good life. I worked hard. Yeah. And that's, you know, folks like Amberlynn look at that idea as if it hurts and there's no benefit. It's actually easier in the long run and far more rewarding than for her to just sit here in a cesspool of blubber and junk food and make excuses for it. You know, like she could lose the weight. You know, she's young enough. It's going to be a bit of reconstructive surgery after the fact. She could probably write a trashy book that would probably sell a little bit. She might be able to sell the rights to her life story just once. And then that's it. Okay, go start a business. You know, people aren't going to care if you get to do a normal weight because you just want to sit around the house and play with Legos. You know, exit YouTube as a winner and then just go start a little business of your own. Do something worthwhile. Stop sitting there and blaming everybody and everything all the time and trying to make it sound like, you know, you're fighting not to lose a leg after a catastrophic accident and all you did was roll an ankle. Holy shit, you're in your 30s, you rolled an ankle. Get off it.
Just be super sweet, and like they would be like super like mouth to mouth like this, like barely touching, like just whispering in each other's mouths, or like mouthing or singing like super sweet lyrics together. And I've never had that with somebody ever, and it would bring such a sadness to me, even while in like relationships in the past. Like it would bring such a sadness to me because I'm like, okay, I'm here in a relationship, I'm supposed to be loved, but I don't have that with someone. I don't have that intimacy.
What would she do? Scratch art. That's good.
Because in my opinion, that's like hardcore intimacy. That's just how I feel. To feel super safe and comfortable enough to be vulnerable like that, and in my opinion that's like a vulnerability. I don't really know how to explain it. Like I said, if you know, you know. So when I would see those TikToks, like I would just feel like automatically like just like this like sadness, this like heartbreak. And I finally found someone that I'm able to do those things with. I am able to fall asleep with her face right next to mine. That's like so special to me in a way that I I can't quite explain, which is fine because it's definitely.
That's another thing. Chantel is with Pete's. That's really the only man that she's ever had significant experience with. And Amberlynn Reedy's got weak partners too. You know, when she was with Becky and they were talking about they're going to get married and I love this woman so much and all that, I just shook my head and said, these are just a couple of kids playing house. And that's what they are. I mean, they're both huge and neither one of them can say to the other, I'm putting my foot down. I care about you and I'm not going to let you destroy yourself like this, right? Neither one of them would do that for the other. And now she's talking the same shit about somebody else that's letting her carry on like this. They're such assholes. It's just they're both weak dummies. I wasn't impressed by Becky either, and so she's with another huge woman.
One of those situations where it's like, if you know, you know. Because when you see TikToks like that and you scroll in the comments, people are like, I can't wait to find this level of love. I can't wait to find this level of intimacy.
Yeah, everything you said about Becky, fuck off. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're a child. Like, you're 31. You've got to... Yeah, no one cares. That's just that. Yeah. No one cares.
I can't wait to find someone I could do this with because...
Okay, marry her then. Fucking marry her.
To me, that is just like... It's a level of love that not everyone has. Just like that intimacy. And that's just kind of an example. Just a small example of...
Beautiful. Yes, that's what I say over and over about these things. Chantel, and the example that I keep using is from Rocky, you know, one of my 10 most favorite movies. And when Rocky, you know, he's struggling, the first Rocky, and he talks to the bartender about some other fighter who's having a hard time, and, you know, career is going down the tubes, and Rocky said, well, you know, at least he took his shot. And the bartender says, hey, Rocky, I don't got to take no shot. If you're not happy with your life, don't bring it to me. That's it. Some people don't want to take a shot. They don't even dream about taking a shot. They don't want to achieve anything. And Chantel doesn't want to achieve anything. This Amberlynn Reed doesn't want to achieve anything. Chantel lives with Pete. He doesn't want to achieve anything either. You know, they're all losers. And they're overjoyed to have so much money given to them just because they show up on camera and they're fat. And with me, with my little channel, I'm doing my best to destroy the fat, make it go away. And they're so in love with themselves and their blubber, and they have no hopes to do anything. They're satisfied with it. They revel in it. She doesn't want to change it. She's not making any changes. She's pretending. That's right. They have no goals. They have no goals. I was pretending to be a therapist for her earlier on before you came on, Chevrolet. It's like, so you think you could just, with the opportunity of the money that you have and the free time, would you like to start your own business? Is that something would you like to work for yourself? Well, you know, after I play with the Legos, it's too demanding. I'd rather just eat a bucket of Taco Bell and some cookies, because my childhood was challenging. I need to eat those cookies, and I don't want to do the books and fill out orders and have to please customers. So playing with the Legos and then eating cookies, I'd rather just do that. That's what they're like. They got no goals.
Like a bigger picture of what I mean. But every day with my girlfriend, we love each other more. Our connection gets stronger. We get more comfortable with each other, especially me on my end. Like, it's so hard for me to get comfortable with somebody. Obviously, like, it took so long for her to like see my legs in person because it's something I'm super self-conscious about. And now it's like, if I ever feel sad about my legs, she'll kiss them. She'll give a little kiss. Like, it's just an intimacy thing and a connection and a chemistry thing I have never had. It's not me talking bad about my exes. That's just me sharing my experience as a human being. I just simply have never had this with someone. Clearly the person who asked this, they want me to be regretful in finding true love. I don't understand. You guys, like, a lot of you want me to be like unhappy in my relationship. A lot of you want me to stay fat. It's a lot. It's weird. I can see past the condescending.
Even though I'm wise enough not to take so much of an interest that I really care one way or the other, it would just be, as far as the entertainment value is concerned, it would be satisfying for me to see you lose a goddamn weight and, you know, get some little bit of plastic surgery to tighten up because, you know, like I'm fat. I'm not a balloon like you are. And I would like to see you stop being a balloon and then lay your channel to rest. You know, as Judge Judy said, put a period at the end of it. Put a period. Done. Because there's nothing positive or beautiful about what you're doing. You're just wallowing in the same shit all damn time. Yeah, so even though I don't really care, it would still be satisfying to have you lose the weight, set the channel to rest, walk away from it, write a book, one book, just one, or sell the movie rights just once and be done with it. Like Judge Judy says, put a period, be done with it. That's what I would like. There's no hating on here. It's just you're sickening to listen to.
Tone. Trust me, I could see your guys' passive aggressiveness. Like, I'm not stupid. And it's funny because the person who wrote that is actually an old woman. So I'm sorry, you're a very bitter old woman. Like, just saying. And I wish nothing but the best for you. I think it's time you need to find some love, because if you're happy and if you have love in your life, if you're giving it, receiving it, you just wouldn't ask things like that. You wouldn't leave comments like that. It's just not a thing. Like, I don't know if maybe you're correlating like my ankle issue with like the honeymoon phase. I don't know what's going on, but either way, this has not dampened our relationship. If anything, it's made it stronger. And do you want me unhappy? I don't know. Like, I think that's what you want. So it's like more entertaining show for you, but it ain't happening, sis. I have an ankle injury. Cool. But I have the most amazing relationship I've ever been in, and I can say that with my chest. So, okay. Anyways, I knew this was gonna get kind of like heated in some points, because that's just how it goes. You know, the comments under my anything is always just pretty vile.
Just wash your hair.
It's a phenomenon, if you will. But I'm going to end this. I'm sure I could answer way more, but I do want to ice my ankle here a little bit and just rest up a little
It's going to be done in less than a minute.
bit, because this is not comfortable. So I do hope that you guys...
Isn't that funny? She says this is not comfortable and she breaks out laughing. How she suffers there.
enjoyed it, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a part 2, if you guys don't mind. Maybe we could spill a little tea, or we could, I don't know, we'll see. Depends on what you guys ask me. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Oh. And you know what? The personalities, Chantel, Amberlyn Reed, and especially this one that we have in front of us, Amberlyn Reed right here. She wouldn't be the least bit interested if either one of us would have, you know, broken a leg. It's like, oh shoot, I was on the construction site, or I was climbing some stairs and I fell and I broke my leg. Yeah, well, you know, that happens. Personalities like that wouldn't care if you broke a leg, and she wants us to take profound interest in her rolling an ankle. Whew. Anyway, I played all the footage. That was weight loss. What did she call it? Let me bring up the player. She called that weight gain, losing mobility, and relationship update part 1. Oh boy. We might. Oh shucks. Let me turn her. Should I leave her on for a few more? The footage is done. Footage is done. I played it all. Yeah. I know we got some Canadians in the chat, right? Right? Yes. Yeah, that's it. That's just it. They want to keep it 100% real. Well, I'm a narcissist and I'm comfortable with that because I can be wrapped up in myself and I get all this money, so I really don't have to care about other people and their concern. Okay, we got a couple Canadians in here at least. I know there's probably more. Okay, she's talking about her mobility. All right, I want to tell you a story. Terry Fox. If you haven't heard the story of Terry Fox, real Canadian hero, young man loses a leg to cancer, wants to raise money for cancer research, gets a wooden leg on, and sets out to run across the country. The only thing that stopped him, the cancer moved on him. And while he was in the middle of his marathon of hope, it got a hold of him again, took his life. And here she is talking about losing her mobility over having an ankle being sore. Thank you. For those nice words for Terry Fox. And I'm sure there's got to be all kinds of stories of Americans too, faced with the mobility issue and then just carrying on. Yep. 50 folks here. Thanks for coming by. Look at this. I hope you all like that thumbnail I put up there of the Who's from Whoville. Thank you for remembering there. Calling with a K. Let me get this thing off the screen. Remove. Get it off my system. Remove from studio. There. Well, that's funny footage, folks. That's all I got. We got everybody here from last night, except for one woman had a name like Saharia, and she was talking about video games, and I was just about bringing her into talking about pinball machines. So we got everybody except for her. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh, yeah. Let me get that. There we go. Isn't the speaker something? What is it? The ice ball from Blue, like $70. What a great piece of equipment. Thanks. Pleasure to do so. Well, at least you did it. Hey, you don't have to apologize for coming in late. You're in the middle of a real health challenge. And you're still making things happen. Glad to have you come by. There's Lynn Smith. Hello again. I know I said hello earlier. Look at all those fun emojis you got up there. Thanks for using them. Thanks, Heather. Christy, well, it looks like we're signing off. Colleen with a K. I love this group too. And remember, group, if later today or tomorrow you see the red stripe and it says this has been taken down for multiple copyright violations, it will come back. Look for messages at foodiebooty.ca. You send me a message there too. Because we're confronted with something evil. We're confronted with something that it's more than had its time. We're confronted with something that has been rewarded too much for too long. It should be pushed to the side and be on Patreon and OnlyFans where it belongs, where we can properly mock it and not have it be here amongst us, mocking us, earning an enormous income for doing no work and striking out at people that just want to express themselves. That's right. And so as we get together and speak of it, we all get on the same page and talk about good things, about working, about doing the right thing, about not whining about stuff. Not to be mean or nothing. It's just to be like Amberlyn Reed. We all gave her heck, proper heck, with that reaction. I gave her heck. Some of y'all gave her heck too. You gave her heck, Cheryl. Colin, you gave her heck. We all gave her heck. Rona Rabbit Ears just got here. Thanks for coming in here, Rona Rabbit Ears. That's a fun Simpsons style avatar. I always like that too. Thanks very much, Cheryl Galera. That's a very nice thing to say. Night there, Christy. Well, I hate to predict that I don't expect his channel to be going anywhere, nor Chantel's anytime soon. I believe it's Chantel that's striking me using Natter's name in her profile that she changed. I don't want to repeat everything that I said earlier. It's just her sitting there in bed saying, "Oh, Natter, he's doing it all wrong." And then there's Natter, "Oh, look, I make fun of you. I took your channel down. I'm striking you." They're working together, okay? Oh, that Natter. Yeah, Chantel, it's you. It's you. Well, thanks for coming by to rewatch it. Hope you get a bit of a entertainment out of it. Oh, that's right. Don't tell the wildebeests. Goldie Hawn. She was with Kurt Russell, right? They had a cottage up here in this area of Canada. I'm not in Muskoka yet. I'm within driving distance of it. I also heard that Nancy Wilson of Heart had a cottage somewhere up here too. Yeah, it was Kurt. Yep. Well, Lynn Smith, if you're calling it that he's going to be gone, I hope that you're right. To me, that would mean that somebody at YouTube is going to intervene and say, you know, enough's enough. I hope you're right. I've never used a post office box for anything, so I can't really say if that's legit or not, if you can make things happen with that. Let me have a quick check on. We haven't done a quick check on Chantel's channel for this whole evening. Oh, hang on. Who's live? Is Natter live right now? Yes, Natter's live right now. And let's check out the numbers. Chantel's 15 most recent. And just for the hell of it, I'll give you Amberlyn Reed's first. I'll give you Amberlyn Reed. Just to compare. So here's Amberlyn Reed's 15 most recent videos, starting from 4 weeks ago to 3 hours ago, talking about her, the one that we just reacted to. Weight gain, losing mobility, and the relationship update part 1. I'm just going to give you the view counts. 4 weeks ago, 72,000, 64, 66, 70, 64, 60, 61, 63, 64, 63, 58, 69, 47, 71. That's when she rolled her ankle. 71,000 views in 2 days. And the one she just did 3 hours ago, her weight gain losing, the one that we just did, has already got 11,000 views in 3 hours. Now let's check out a channel that's going down the tubes. This is Chantel's 15 most recent, starting from 2 days ago. Obviously, she's making shit all the time. So here are the 15 most recent Chantel videos, starting from 2 days ago, and just the view counts. Here we go. Taco Bell Grande Nachos Car Mukbang, 5.2 thousand. That's terrible. That was like a pre-recorded her playing with food style one. It's 9 minutes long, 9 minutes 15. That's a manageable chunk of her crap for her own people. 5.2 thousand views 2 days ago. That's terrible. Then it's members only. I don't want to give you the title for everyone. So from 2 days, damn it. So the 15 most recent, starting from 2 days ago, starting with Taco Bell Grande Nachos Car Mukbang, 5.2 thousand. The next one, 3.6. After that, 3,000. 5.9. 690. Not even a grand. 2.6. 4.9. 13,000. 8.7. 7.4. 5.1. Bedtime Bees. That was Bedtime Bees, which was streamed live, 54 minutes long, 1 day ago. 5.1 thousand views. That's terrible. Then it's Bees Stream Get Ready With Me, 14 hours ago, 21 minutes long, 2.3 thousand views. It's terrible. Terrible. Then it was 12 hours ago in real life open chat, shopping and music. So she had an open chat, 10,000 views. It's still pathetic. And 8 hours ago, she said she was getting ready for a date, which was all fake anyway. 8 hours ago, 8.5 thousand views, an hour and 24 minutes long. Terrible numbers, which is excellent for her to have. Look at that. The chat's all ahead of me. She can't go on the money she makes. But, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just I don't believe that a post office box works. That was years ago too. That was years and years ago. I heard that Nancy. I certainly there are rich people that have cottages in the Muskoka area. My late grandparents had a cottage nowhere near that. Yet it was, maybe about an hour north of where I am here, and I do know for sure that some rich, famous folks have. I've never seen them personally, and that was years ago. I heard about Nancy Wilson, and I heard from several people that Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn had a place somewhere up and all there. Oh yeah, I love the two of them too. Yeah, that would be great. Well, they do ask for your proper address, and you can't live in a post office box. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's my understanding you can't. Nancy Wilson just came out with a new guitar, an Epiphone, which is a company that Gibson acquired a long time ago. It's anyway, it's a new guitar, an Epiphone. I was gonna go look it up for you. Just that's the most recent thing that I'm aware of that Nancy Wilson has done. I think that was in the last year. It's a special Nancy Wilson. Let me look it up. Here, Epiphone. Epiphone. I'm hitting one key wrong. Epiphone. Electric guitars, inspired, made in USA. Designer, artist. I hope it's still available. There it is. It's the Nancy Wilson Fanatic. Debut signature model from the co-founder of Heart. Epiphone, Nancy Wilson Fanatic. Epiphone is proud to present the debut Epiphone signature model designed by Heart co-founder and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member Nancy Wilson, featuring a mahogany body with a figured maple veneer top. The Nighthawk body that's why it started off as a Nighthawk. Those came out in the 1980s. And anyway, she's adopted it and made some changes, and now it's the signature model, Fanatic, Nancy Wilson's. The body shape was first introduced in 93. Well, shoot, I'm wrong. I'm wrong by about 10 years. I thought it was the 80s. I didn't buy one, so I'm only aware of it being available. It's compact and comfortable. The Epiphone Nancy Wilson Fanatic comes equipped with ProBucker humbuckers, a 5-way pickup selector switch for a wide variety of tonal options, master volume and tone controls, a fast-playing rounded C-profile mahogany neck with an ebony fretboard, and features an attractive fireburst gloss finish. Includes hard shell case. There you go. It's still available. The Nancy Wilson. Oh yeah, our views are way down. I would love that. Love to have to see those turkeys gone. I would love it. Shanta saying, "Oh, you need me." No. I just enjoy rebuttaling all the evil that you do. I don't know. Isn't that cool? Then he's got, of course, Gibsons and Fenders and a Gretsch and a Martin acoustic. Oh, those two got divorced. Oh, shucks. Look at that. Now we're look at that. You know, we had 51 here, and for those 5 of them that walked that left, we got 46 here. We just got a nice story about Ann Wilson from Heart. I don't love name dropping, but I had an opportunity to work with Ann Wilson for an event. She was accepting an award. She was absolutely lovely. I bet she was. I've got their first album. I've got Little Queen. I've got Bad Animals. I've got more than that. Oh, that's funny. I missed that. Colleen was talking about him, and I go back here. I was hungry for sweets. I had nothing, so I found fruit flavored Rolaids. Not bad. He said like Smarties. Now that's funny. Hey, let me check my email. Let's see if my third counterclaim has been forwarded to whoever's doing it. I feel it's Chantel using Natter's name because I still believe that she created that channel for him. It doesn't make sense to me that's coming from his. Anyway, I'll repeat everything I said before. Let me check my emails. Nothing new. Let me get back to you guys here. That's funny. That's funny. Wait, was it James Cameron or Cameron Crowe that Nancy Wilson is married to? James Cameron or Cameron Crowe? Then again, I don't know. It just, yeah. Well, isn't it nice that you had an experience with somebody you dig, and it's a really nice experience. Oh, so it's Cameron Crowe. Kelzar says it's Cameron Crowe. Colleen says the Titanic director one. I get them mixed up. Well, it's pretty close. Cameron Crowe, James Cameron. Kelzar says it's Cameron Crowe. I saw Heart in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, with Michael Bolton opening in 1988. That was a Bad Animals tour. Against my own better judgment, let me check what title Natter's working under right now with his live. Oh, happy birthday, Veronica. Let me turn the sound off so I don't have to hear him. I'm gonna go on to his thing here. What garbage? What garbage? I got it on right now. He's walking over to the window and walking back. Dee Dee is like one half out of frame. And it's that table that they just sit there and she plays with the tablet and he smokes cigarettes. They started streaming 2 hours ago as 187 watching. I was like, I don't know who Veronica is. I don't care who she is. Somebody they say they know. Whatever. Oh, I'm getting rid of it. Getting rid of it. Getting rid of it. Got the idea when FBRC was drinking 0-calorie hot sauce yesterday. Yes. That was oh, it's not in front of me right now. I can get away with doing that every now and then, as long as it's not too hot. My first concert was here in Canada, of course. It was, I remember who opened for them. You probably wouldn't know them. They're a Canadian group. So the opening act got to be my first real concert. And you remember Human League? Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh. There was like a Canadian version of that called Images in Vogue. In the house, they just sleep and watch TV. Da, 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 da. Anyway, they opened up for the one that I came to see was Katrina and the Waves. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. Katrina Leskinich. And she had a hit a few years ago doing a cover version of They've Never Heard of Us and They Don't Know About Love. Tracy Ullman did that song. In the video, she was in a little British three-wheeled car with Paul McCartney. But I guess that song's been covered by a lot of people over the years. Thank you, Lynn Smith. Thank you, Colleen with a K. Yeah, and Kelzar remembers a song. You know, every once in a while when we're having a horrible thunderstorm, some smartass on the radio will play that song. I got a couple of their records. You know, they had other stuff too. They weren't just a one-hit wonder. And it was about a year ago. I dug up. I didn't have to dig it up. Katrina Leskinich is still performing live, and she's kept herself pretty well preserved. Strong voice, still in good shape. So even though they had a huge hit with that, they still had other stuff that was good stuff too. Yeah, I like Tracy Ullman too. You can see I immediately remembered her full name, Katrina Leskinich. Well, that's a good concert, though, eh? Very talented guys. Very talented. Put on a big show, too. That's a heck of a first concert. Good choice. That's cool. He came back too with oh, I can't remember. I know he came back and had a hit. What was it? I'm lying to myself. Is that familiar? He came back. He had a hit. I remember seeing it on TV, and all the women were still crazy about him. These are great. 1, 2, 3. Genesis, Yes, and Queen. My favorite of that bunch is Queen by far. Well, we were talking about guitars earlier. I play the guitar myself. I'm not all that great. And there's a Brian May of Queen has his own guitar company, and they make two versions of his Red Special. One is like the super version, which is right down to the last detail, and the other one is, I think, made in Korea. It doesn't matter. It's still a really faithful reproduction of his Red Special. Loverboy. I saw a video of those guys performing. No, I think they came out with a whole new record. It looks like they shot their video for $200. Mike Reno's fat now. Boy, is he fat. 38 Special, isn't that teacher, can't you teach me? I thought 38 Special was American. I mean, Loverboy's Canadian. I thought 38 Special. What? Do I have the wrong band? April Wine plays around this area, around New Year's Eve a lot of the time. What's one of their big songs? Gypsy Queen. Yep. Everybody remembers David Cassidy. Reba McEntire, that's a powerful personality, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I love Queen. Cal Seals, cool. Cool stuff. Yeah, yeah. I kind of bounce between Queen and ZZ Top from my all-time favorites. Although I appreciate the Rolling Stones and the Beatles too. They're both amazing. It's just I just kind of connected more with Queen and ZZ Top. Police, I never saw them. They were great too. The Beach Boys. Wow, the real Beach Boys. West End Girls. Dun, 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 West End Girls. Yeah, all those guys are super talented. Great band. Yeah, Rush were amazing. Cool. ZZ Top are carrying on after the passing of Dusty, the bass player. Their guitar tech took his spot. I remember the quote that they got from Dusty for the guitar tech to take over was, give him the bottom and take this to the top, meaning give him the bass. Yeah, that was That's great that you saw Queen. Nina saw Rush in New York. Oh, yeah. That's cool, too. I got into Alice Cooper when he came back in the 80s. The record was Constrictor. I saw him in Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. One time, and then the second time I was really close. I was like, fifth row center with Motorhead opening. And I went without earplugs. And that taught me a lesson. Never again face that without earplugs. And it's, I didn't want to look like a total wuss and do this in front of Lemmy. I just try to put my shoulders up and say, oh, I hope there's something left of me after it's done. I remember Lemmy, he said, anybody want a cigarette? And he flicked it at the audience. What a hell of a guy. A nice guy in person with a great sense of humor. And I love Alice Cooper. Scorpions, a great band. When they were good. Journey. Steve Perry put out a Christmas album. I was at his website. Let me see if it should come up immediately. StevePerry.com. It should come up in 2 seconds. StevePerry.com. Steve Perry, The Season, Christmas record. It says available now. I think this thing came out 2 years ago. I'm going through this. Where's the copyright? I'm looking for any copyright notice anywhere. Well, he updated his website and he says the Christmas album's coming out November 5th. That's been there for more than a year. He still looks pretty good. The bottom says copyright 2022. I know that Christmas album's been out longer than that. He's still doing stuff. Good for him. Let me get back to you guys. Pet Shop Boys at the same time as Queen. Yeah. Oh, after Jerry passed, I saw the whole gang at Canada's Wonderland. That's when Touch of Grey was a hit. Yeah. Never forgot after that. Always have earplugs. The Ace of Spades! The Ace of Spades! All right. Yeah, those are really unique people like Lemmy. I feel lucky I saw him too. Oh shucks. Those Rolaids are hitting late to the party. They're hitting you. Dang it. We were laughing along with you. Now we're going to feel sympathy for you. Shoot. I remember Don Rickles came back maybe 20 years ago. He had a situation comedy. It just didn't work. People didn't understand his humor. He was a hell of a great performer too. Oh, I got a Don Rickles story. Okay, this is from Don Rickles. Let me get this story right, because if I screw it up, then it's not funny. Hang on. Okay, this is a story that Don Rickles has told more than once. And he says this was back when he's working some casino somewhere. And he said to Frank Sinatra, he says, look, there's like I'm going to be having dinner over here. And, I want to impress these people, okay? So do me a favor, Frank. Give me a bit of time to get over there. And then we sit and get started. And then just, Frank, come over and say hi. I'll look like a big shot. I really pray. And Frank Sinatra says he'll do it, right? And so Don Rickles is either just having drinks or talking with people, whatever, at this table. Frank Sinatra comes up to Don Rickles and his people he's with to say hi to Don. And he says, "Oh, hey, hi, Don." It's like Don Rickles said he stood up and shouted at Frank, "Frank, can't you see I'm with people?" Damn it. That's funny. I'm 4 minutes behind in the chat. Okay, so I'm still here. Cheryl Gallant saw Alice Cooper when he opened for Motley Crue. That's right. That's when Motley Crue said they were retiring. And they just played Toronto a few days ago. I don't know. Like, I like Motley Crue. Well, I like them a lot. I haven't seen them live. I bought their tour shirt from a friend who went at the time that you saw Alice Cooper open for the Crue. That's when they were supposed to be retiring. And they're touring right now. And like I said, a few days ago, they were in Toronto. So that kind of makes me angry because they wrote up a contract. They said they're never going to tour again. Like, if you write up a contract with your friends, all you have to do to break the contract is just mutually agree that you're going to break it. So I think they were retiring because I think Mick Mars's back was falling apart. Not to sound glib about it. It's just I'm not an expert. So he was having huge back problems. So I think that they were going to call it a day before he couldn't walk. Isn't that something where we're talking about mobility issues earlier? And Mick Mars has got a special back condition where his back is all messed up. So I guess his back improved. And now the Crue is touring again. My parents had the album Hello, Dummy. They would wait for listen to when they thought we were asleep. Oh, it came with warnings. You want Cheryl? You want to know what's funny? I just punched in Don Rickles' "Hello, Dummy." Somebody put the whole full album on YouTube. It's 35 minutes long, and I'm running it just to see if it works. I don't hear anything. Now, why don't I hear nothing on this? Oh, I turned my volume down because of Nader El-Shami. Mr. Warmth himself, Don Rickles. Well, it would be halfway funny if I followed along and repeated everything. Yeah, he's on the cover like this. I saw some of those Dean Martin roasts advertised late at night. Those are the best. That's like, those guys, amazing. Bon Jovi opened for AC/DC at one time. I didn't know. Motley Crue has been retiring every concert. Radiohead are very cool too. Well, full of Don Rickles in a bad way. Because Don Rickles in a good way is an amazing comedian. I like Don. I love that story that I just told you guys. Frank, can't you see I'm with people? Yeah, I saw some of those roasts. Damn, those are the best. Wow, comedy is something else. I got Don Rickles, Hello Dummy, sitting here in front of me. One man, one microphone, putting on a show. Great stuff. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll put it up here. See if I can put the link. It's funny. If anybody wants to give me a link, YouTube gets in the way. That should work. That's Don Rickles. Hello, dummy. The more that hang out, the merrier. That's all cool. Yeah, you're right. Here's me talking about the roasts and everything. You're right. They probably all post here. That's like, real. That's like grown-up humor stuff. You just great stuff. Great personalities. Thanks for reminding me of that, Lynn. The roast. They're probably all. Also, I got into watching the Martin and Lewis Comedy Hour on YouTube about a year ago. Wow. People think like back in the 50s, it's boring. No, that was fabulous television. It was live. Oh, the Dean Martin Christmas specials. I remember a Dean Martin joke on one of his Christmas specials. Let me try to set it up. So Dean Martin's telling a story, right? And he says, and then something else happened, and something happened, and okay, don't let me screw this up. Okay, I won't do it perfectly. So I'll just have to tell it kind of straight and boring. Dean Martin says, and there's Santa Claus tossing my 10-year-old up and down. Glad he didn't break it. So it was something like that he made it sound like his kid, that Santa was tossing his 10-year-old around. Really, he was talking about his scotch. Yeah, D. Martin Christmas specials. Okay. I'm just getting a little bit tired here, Lynn. I'm having a good time, though. I'm having damn good fun. This is fun. I'm going to run that whole Don Rickles album when I get off. I like having you all hang. Yep. Good to dig all different types of music, yeah. Well, the thing is, this year I think Kiss is retiring for real. They're not clowning around this time. They mean it. And COVID scares people away. Still, there's been so many signature models of Kiss. Ace Frehley had, of course, a Gibson Les Paul signature edition from Gibson, of course. The current guitar players got signature models, Epiphones. And Gibson, about 4 months ago, had a limited run of Gene Simmons bass. I wonder if it's still available. It's probably that's probably long gone. They didn't make many of those. I got Gibson on speed dial. Give me like 5 seconds. GI. Looking at the Gibson brands. Electric. Where's the basses? Shop all electric basses. Find a dealer. All electric basses. There it is. It's still available. It's the Gibson Gene Simmons G2 Thunderbird Ebony bass. 2,799 American dollars. He did a hilarious commercial for it too. Fucking funny. The commercial is still up. What the hell? I'm going to give you the link. I don't know if anybody's going to jump away and do this, or maybe you copy and paste it and get it later. He did a funny commercial for it. There's the Gene Simmons bass. Oh my gosh. You got 4 hours of sleep to get. Thanks for coming by, Nina. Have a good night then. Try to get a little bit of sleep. There's a movie that I love, A Bronx Tale, with Robert De Niro, and D. Martin's part of the soundtrack. I'm trying to remember the song. Something like that. Like the man said, ain't that a kick in the head? Something like that. Songs like that. That's the soundtrack I wish I could have gotten. Soundtrack to A Bronx Tale. Great singing too. Well, of course, talented man. I mean, like live on the Martin and Lewis Hour. So much good stuff out there. Prying. I don't see anybody prying anywhere. What? Prying. I don't see anything. Yeah. Ace is still doing stuff too. Ace Frehley opened for Alice last year. I didn't know. That's cool. Good for them. Now that's a show. I'm going to hit that record. Yeah, when I get off here, I'm going to hit that record. No fooling. Hey, go get Nina. Go get your 4 hours of sleep. Geez, I love that. Ace Frehley opening up for Alice. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Colleen with a K. And musicians are also referred to as cats. Hey, you cats. Check this out, cats. And here comes a cat to say thanks. Get up there, kitty cat. Get up there. Oh, well, it looks like you're already in focus. Now, if you get up there nice and slow, get up there nice. That's it. Hold on to it. Hold on. That's it. That's it. That's it. Sneak in there, and it's perfect. Look at that, Super Chat Cat. Hit it. And by the way, sometimes I like to mix up the song because I dig it. You like to do it a little bit different every time. 1, 2, let's do it. It's Super Chat Kate. It's Super Chat Kate. Thanks for blessing us. We hope to bless you. Wait a minute. I was trying to impress you by mixing it up. I missed your name. Now, it's not that I missed your name because you've been sending me these goodies for a while, so I don't miss your name. Here we go. It's Super Chat Kate. Super Chat Kate. Thanks for blessing us, Colleen with a K. We hope to bless you back. It's Super Chat Kate. It's Super Chat Kate. Super Chat Kate. Thanks very much, Colleen with a K. Thanks for another great live, FBRC. Well, the fat dummy behind me, he can only have a great live when there's people hanging around and making it cool. And we sharing a bunch of nice, mellow stories. And I'm just sitting around here having my catnip and just munching away and being a cool cat and just chillaxing while you guys do all the talking. And it was very cool. Thanks for you doing that. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you, Super Chat Cat. Thank you very much, Colleen with a K. Gonna leave that up for a little while. Great movie, A Bronx Tale. Cheryl Galerin, my dad was born and bred in the Bronx. Might have something to do with it. I'm glad you mentioned that. I love that whole area, which of course is nowhere near what I grew up in. It just there's what the hell am I trying to say? So many different cultures all coming together. It's a rich environment. Yeah. Well, I know a better way to describe it. The late Sid Caesar said that when he was growing up, I think his parents had a restaurant, a diner or something like that. And he could mimic all the different accents of all the people from all over the world. And, I could probably come close to it. Just a little bit. The way he mimicked German, Italian, and French. And he would talk gibberish. Gibberish that sounded like an Italian language. and Italian. It sounded like Italian. His gibberish in German sounded German, and his French gibberish sounded French. And the Asian gibberish sounded Asian. Sid Caesar, amazing guy. And so he appreciated all the different cultures that were around him. And, Bronx sounds like a very cool place to grow up. Colleen with the case got the super chat cat there. So that's the same thing as putting up the super chat. Same thing. Wow. Crazy cats and kittens. Yeah, that's it. We do have the best chats. I'm trying to think about other stuff. TV shows and anything else that, spoke about the Bronx. I'm trying to remember them. They'll come to me later. Of course. That's another fabulous thing about Americans. You guys have got Los Angeles and New York. Such strong character to each one of those world-class cities. And so different. I think you guys have seen me wear that shirt every now and then. It's got Sunny on the cover. On the front of it, nobody cares. Nobody cares. He had a pinky ring too. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Yeah, a melting pot of cultures. I don't want to get too much into politics. It's just the guy that we got here in Canada, Trudeau. one time he said that, Canada doesn't have any culture or doesn't have an identity. He said something stupid. I can't remember exactly what he said. I'm envious of the strong personalities of both your fabulous cities. You got so many great cities, just that they're so different and so beautiful in their own way. Los Angeles, New York City. I used to think that song, New York State of Mind, I thought that was from the Muppet Show. Because Floyd, the bass player, sang it. I'm in a New York state of mind. And then I found out it was Billy Joel that wrote it. And what's that other really cool song? It looks like another perfect day. I love LA. Randy Newman, was that it? Yeah, Trudeau's an idiot. Who the hell did he run against? Aaron O'Toole. There's another idiot. Neither one of them any good. That's what we had to choose from in Canada. Trudeau, the son of the elder who was prime minister. And so we had Trudeau, the son to choose from, and Aaron O'Toole. Okay, that's it. Stop the politics. That's going to ruin everything. Politics is going to ruin everything. Fuck politics. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Look, I fell off of the super. Yeah, you'll leave up a little while. And then the super chat right there. Let's get out and vote. Let's make our voices heard. We've been given the right to choose between a douche and a turd. It's democracy in action. Put your freedom to the test. Big fat dude, you're a stupid turd. Which do you like best? Only briefly as a little kid. It's just a blur. Yeah. I think his video for Uptown Girl. I might have mentioned it on one of our chats before. That's like, that's back when rock videos were fun, music videos were fun. That video for Uptown Girl. I bet she never had a backstreet guy. I bet her mama never told her why. I'm gonna try for an uptown girl. Yep. Your constitution is better than ours. Got no problem recognizing that. Yours is better. That's a whole nother story. Right on. Like I said, I ain't trying to find out where anybody. Well, if people say where they are, that's different. That's right. You've got the pinball, the pinball museum somewhere in your area, if I remember. That's right. Kiss have at least 2 pinballs. They got the old electromechanical one. No, wait, I think it was digital. They got an earlier pinball, and then they got the one that came out a few years ago. And there's a really cool pinball place. Not place to play. It's a manufacturer, Jersey Jack. Jersey Jack pinball. Jersey Jack, the best pinball machines. Yeah. Well, I mean, here I'm saying, I mean, it's like there's something cool. There's Guns N' Roses. The first thing that's on their website is Toy Story. Wow. Oh, no, thank you. They got a Guns N' Roses one. That's cool. Come on, they got to have more than that. Let's get in here. Toy Story is available now. You can keep that. Guns N' Roses. That's cool. Oh yeah, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the 1960s movie one. They did a pinball on that. Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, I can't talk. Pirates of the Caribbean. I can't talk. The Hobbit, and they had one on the Wizard of Oz. There it is, Wizard of Oz, Yellow Brick Road Limited Edition, 75th Anniversary Edition, and Standard Edition. Yeah. And there was another company. Of course, these are American. Very cool. Oh, what was it? I can't remember the name. King of Diamonds. Retro Pinball. King of Diamonds. Retro Pinball. They went out of business, unfortunately. Pinball. They still got a website up. It's dead. The website's gone. Yeah, that was a remake of the 1967 Gottlieb King of Diamonds pinball. And this is on pinside.com, King of Diamonds. Yeah, 2010 is when they came out with this. It was a new company. Unfortunately, it fell apart. Retro Pinball LLC. They only produced 55 editions of their remake of the King of Diamonds. Well, at least there's a few companies in the United States of America that are still making pinball. Let me get back to you guys. I've been to Canada a few times, Toronto and Montreal for work, briefly. Cheryl's our jet setter. Lynn Smith is calling in tonight, heading out, take care, FBRC and all. Thanks for coming by, Lynn Smith. Have a good night. Cute emojis. Take care. Nisa saying goodnight, Lynn. Calling with a K saying goodnight, Lynn. Whoa. Pardon me, everybody. Cheryl saying goodnight, Lynn. Take care, honey. Yes, Cheryl. Excellent suggestion. Indeed, yes. Thanks for that. Calling with a K. She's going to bed too. I need to get to bed too. Thank you for the wonderful evening, and FBR for being a gracious host as always. Well, thank y'all for coming by and be all gracious and everything, and hanging out, and we having a sweet chat here. So y'all have a good night, Colleen with a K. And when people start talking like that. So thanks for coming by, Colleen with a K. You have a good night too. Cheryl's saying good night, Colleen. How does Chantel yawn? I'm not even gonna do the impersonation, the impression. She's like, if I'm yawning, I'm hiding behind my hand. I'm hiding behind the microphone too. Oh, Nasa saying that we all should be just catching some Z's. Yeah, maybe I will. Yeah, I'll do the Chantel song, even though we don't need her. Yes, I'm still afraid of COVID. Rona Rabbit, I better go back to sleep too after work tomorrow. My husband has, sorry, we're not supposed to mention, I guess, has vid again. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope he gets over it soon. Night, Tessa. Well, I guess Cheryl done give me permission to go. So I reckon I'll sing that. Okay. I want to explain a little bit the Chantel song. Just the lyrics. So Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. I'm mocking her because the personality is the same as Amberlynn Reed. It's like, oh, they're always beset. She carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel rolls out of bed, nothing better to do, and doesn't want to find anything better to do. She rolls back to bed after the mukbang is through, which she doesn't even do anymore. She just gets high and eats randomly from the fast food places in the car. She makes a mess, makes a couple dollars. She's going to do it again. It's all too much. Do you understand? I put those lyrics in there. It's all too much for you to understand. Because she's always saying, you don't know what's going on between me and him. And, Amber's the same way. It's like, you don't know what we're dealing with. So that's where I say it's all too much for you to understand. I mean, it's just come on, sing it again. So those lyrics are mocking her and saying it's too much for you to understand. That's mocking what they say about, other things happening when it's all baloney. Pardon me. Okay. And I do recognize, I move around, make silly movements when I'm singing it. That's to sort of get some different sounds going. Remember how Joe Cocker used to sing like that? Right, you don't get it, guys. That's right. Darn it. Rona's going to bed. Everybody's going to bed. Everybody's going to bed. And Cheryl Gallant has given me permission to sign off. Oh, look at that. Everybody's yawning. Well, I mean, I'm wary of it. I wear the mask when I go to the grocery store. Group hug, yeah. Dang it, I can't stop it. What? Somebody give me a cute comment to sing off on. Look at that. I start bouncing my knee and the whole little desk is shaking. We got 21 here. Now we got 20. Yeah, it's just evil. It's just evil. Them things is just evil. I stopped myself from saying them folks. Them things is just evil. And this one I'm leaving up. I'm leaving this one up. Because the thumbnail of folks getting together, the Who's from Whoville, I'm leaving this up in the channel. It's the only video it's going to be on my channel for a while as I wait for those counterclaims to go through. Kelzar, love to all of you. Love to you too. Those things, those entities, that's right. Those excuses for humans, Chantel and Amberlynn. Such victims. Where's my baby violin? It's right here. I'm going to tune it. Oh, I want to break a string. Oh. It's in tune. I'll put it over here before I drop it on the floor. Nessa loves that pic. That's a thumbnail. Glad you're digging that picture. Okay. All right. That's it. That's it. I'm going to do this song. I'm going to do that silly song. Pardon me coughing like that. Bubbly's all done gone. Bubbly's all done gone. All right. Thumbnail, thank you. How can I forget? Where's my thumbnail? Thumbnail, thank you. How can I forget? Where's my thumbnail? Is that from something? Oh, that sounds like him. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I think I halfway remember. Like he's, it doesn't have his thumbnail. Yeah. Thanks for filling me in. That's right. That's the rest of the joke. Thank you. Thank you. We did. All right. I'm going to hit it. Thanks everybody for coming by. We did really good. There ain't no Chantel footage here tonight. There ain't no Chantel introduction video. And there ain't no Nader Al-Shami anywhere in this stuff. We're all great. We're all great here. All of us all. Pardon me. So, yeah, I'm going to continue doing the weight loss thing. I'll keep you updated what's going on with the channel. Remember, if you see that big old red stripe later on today and everything's gone, including the channel, go to foodiebeauty.ca. There'll be messages there, and you can send me little messages through the contact form. So I'll keep you updated what's going on. It's a bad habit of mine. I got to stop talking about not talking and just stop talking. Send the love to everyone. And everyone includes FBRC and includes Cheryl Galerin too. A 3, 2, 1. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, she carries the weight. Yeah. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on his shoulders. Chantel, Chantel, Chantel. She rolls out of bed with nothing better to do. She rolls right back to bed after the mukbang is through. She make a mess. She make a couple of dollars. She gonna do it again. It's all too much for you to understand. Come on, sing it again. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on his shoulders. Chantel, oh, she carries the weight. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on his shoulders. Chantel, 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 Chantel.